So yeah, we all like Spider-Man over here. We all like those first two games. How do we
Yes.
how do we feel about the gameplay of this one?
Um, it's like 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. It feels like for
I
me.
think it's like two steps forward, two steps back.
In the middle, so it's just in the middle.
Yeah, it's just like it barely gets a passing grade from me sometimes. I mean, it's
Reasons.
okay. You know what? I'm being unfair. I'll let you guys talk. I'm looking at
Uh,
this. I'll explain later what my mindset is on this game.
I would say reasons why I think there is like 5 steps and like 2 steps, so it's like only 3 steps good. Is because first off, you got the web swinging, vastly improved upon like the first two games. It's faster, more fluid, more animations. The web wing just adds so much variety into it. You can turn off swing
Web
assist.
assist, yeah, swing
There's
assist.
web assist. So
Yep,
cool.
swing
I love it.
assistance, yeah. And you can turn on fall damage if you
Yeah,
want.
there's fall damage, which is like actually makes it a little challenging to swing. Like you have to like really try, which is nice. I turned it off a few times to like try it out, and it was fun. And probably like going forward for other playthroughs, I'm gonna leave it off and keep fall damage. It's really cool. Um, but yeah, web swinging is it's like the obvious upside of like the gameplay. It's really well improved upon. Then there's the combat, which there's neat stuff into it, a lot of cool stuff. A lot more special moves, similar to Miles Morales, where you had the Venom abilities. In this game, they really doubled down on that and cranked it up into 11 with the special moves, which also have cooldowns sometimes.
Very
I mean,
long
it
cooldowns.
does encourage you to beat the enemy so you can get the combats back, the special moves back, and all that. But there is a huge decrease in gadgets,
And
which,
they're also not good.
well, okay, I'm gonna defend these gadgets. I think they're pretty
I'm
good.
also gonna defend these gadgets. They
I think they're
all
pretty good.
they all suit the needs of the new suit tech.
Yeah.
But are
Especially,
they anywhere near impact?
You have the
No.
concussion that has like
they
web.
do
You can
have the
get an
concussion.
upgrade for it that adds a web effect where if you
Well,
push back
honestly,
into a wall, it will just web them to the wall.
I do think the gadget that just pulls like 5 enemies
Five
into like
enemies into
one big pile,
one. Yeah.
that is one of the best gadgets we've gotten so
Yep.
far. That's one of the
There's
best,
also the gadget that
easily.
just webs up a whole bunch of enemies at once.
The ricochet webs,
Yep.
yeah, that's really cool.
The
Uh,
the first one you get,
th-
which like not the first one, the second one you get that like shoots out or like pushes the enemies up and shocks them.
that's
That one
that's
was pretty
that's
good.
that's that's a drone-like weapon, right?
Yeah, I
Or-
think so. You can upgrade it. You can actually throw the drone.
Yeah, I think these are all useful gadgets.
They're
They're
very
just not
useful.
all. They're just
The
not all as
only
good as.
times I use the gadgets where I use the sonar or the sound one on the symbiotes, and I would spam the other ones against the bosses to stagger them to continue comboing them, and that's the
I
only times I ever
also
use them.
spammed the shit out of those gadgets during the bosses because they just stagger so quickly.
Yeah,
Hmm.
You still have to
the
react, but
yeah, the big pile up one, the ones that webs all of them up into one place,
mhm.
that one just kind of breaks the combat at times because it's so overpowered in like its final stages. Like
Especially when you
pulling
get into
people,
those big groups.
yeah, pulling people in, and then with other object coming in, it just knocks them out with one hit.
Yeah.
It's
They all
pretty
just get
pretty handy.
knocked over. They all get like literally everything in the area gets sucked in, and then you can, if they don't die, help one plus square.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Also, I'm gonna be honest. I did not like playing as Peter until he got the symbiote. I would just always rather play Miles. He just wasn't fun without the symbiote powers to me.
we can
I
get into that
enjoy
a
I
little bit more.
I enjoyed playing as both characters pretty equally. I don't think I
Uh,
preferred either one.
I vastly preferred Miles over mechanical Peter, like with his arms.
Hmm.
there's some, yeah, we can get into that later because I do have things to say about that. But yeah, I think the gadgets are good, just not as good and not as varied as they were in the first game.
Well, there just isn't
'Cause-
aren't
Yeah, there's
many of
not
them.
enough.
There's
There aren't
five.
many of them.
There's five,
Yeah,
and one of them is your
because
web shooters.
last game you had the trip mine, the one that fucking makes enemies float in the air.
Yep.
Uh,
The
impact
gravity
webs,
one, yeah.
of course, gravity. Yeah, gravity gadget. I always said trip mine, right?
Yep.
Trip,
There was the spider drone.
the spider drone, which is also really nice.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of other ones that just makes the combat a lot more,
Yep.
you know, add a lot more variety. And what is also missing in this game, which bugs me so much, are the suit mods and suit powers.
I was thinking about that, and
Yeah.
I forgot to bring it up when Gabe's mishap happened.
Mhm.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
God, that bugs the hell out of me. I kind of get what they did it because it would probably just make you too OP at that point. But like, damn, those things just
Let
make
me
the
be
combat
OP,
so much
who
more fun.
cares?
Hmm?
I said, let me be OP, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, fuck it. These enemies are fucking stupid hard sometimes, and
Yeah.
they aren't fair anyway. Give us some, make us unfair too. But like, I was like, damn, why would you take that out? That was like kind of the best part of your game. That was like kind of the incentive of unlocking suits. Also, other than looking really cool, you had other reasons to unlock the suit. You got different powers, and like also the suit mods. Like, there's this one mod where I can, if I do a perfect dodge, I can slow down time for like 5 seconds. That's fucking awesome. And they took that out. I
Yeah.
I kind of don't get it.
There's also there's a button like you can shortcut in the accessibility menu, slow down time.
Yeah.
Like that is a thing you can do. Not to say like that. It's like I did. Okay, I did not necessarily miss the presence of suit mods. I'm gonna be honest, because like personal experience, I did not experiment with suit mods.
I kind of always felt like there was a menu I was missing that gave me more options.
No,
for
I'll be
what I
honest.
could do.
Like,
I
I mean,
always
it's like
felt like I was missing something.
I'm more passionate about this now because after like playing Splatoon Remastered, I decided to experiment a little more with my choices and like suit mods, and I'm like, slow down time after perfect dodging, and I'm like, wow, I have like a 5 second window to like run around the area and do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you were mentioning this before audio went. Enemies are really spongy.
Enemies are really spongy. Enemies take way too long to beat down.
There I say, I feel like enemies are a lot more unfair this time around.
I feel they're about the same in terms of like
with the sponginess?
unquote unfairness as the first game. Like where it felt like this game has a similar issue with the camera where it feels like sometimes you are fighting that camera sometimes.
Yes,
because it very much wants to be on its own, and then sometimes it wants you to control it, and so sometimes you're fighting large groups of enemies and you're moving around very quickly between enemies. Camera cannot keep up.
Yeah. And speaking of like enemies, I feel like the game cannot handle 3 enemies attacking at the same time and giving you like a counter attack or anything like that.
Well, you don't have a counter. You just have a dodge.
No. Well, okay, dodge, counter.
Yeah. Well, you have parry now.
Yeah, you're dodging and parry. Like,
yeah.
Dodging, perfect dodging is basically countering because you shoot a web at them.
Yeah.
And that puts them at a disadvantage. But
I do miss the webs, like count. Like if you perfect dodged a bullet, you could just web zip to insta knockout and gain a bunch of focus. I do miss that. I very much miss that. Yeah. Like the combat does feel like there's a lot taken away from it.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that I had to rely a lot on my special abilities and focus bar to be up so I can like be at an advantage.
I want to get a barometer with you guys on a few things. Now that you mention that, this is a perfect segue into what I want to mention. It's a multi-parter. The first one, did you guys feel like you didn't get any fucking focus at all until you magically just got 2 to 3 bars? And did it feel like weapon ability cooldowns were used too often? And big one, the cooldowns on the abilities as well as the regain of the gadgets. Did you feel that was too slow? Because I feel like that was way too slow.
Yes.
Because it felt like...
Yeah, I feel like Well, I didn't really use gadgets, so I don't know about that part.
Mhm.
But I did feel like I would get like no focus, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
everything would have focus. Like it
Yeah.
snowballs annoyingly slow.
Yeah.
That is really bad to have in
Also,
the.
did you notice? Sorry to cut you off, but did you
No, go ahead.
notice that you cannot heal with your focus unless you have a bar now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was
It was like that in Miles
pressing.
Morales, I'm pretty sure.
No, you if you
Nope.
had a little bit of focus, you could heal at least for a little bit of health.
I feel like I swear I remember one of the games being different.
No,
No,
this is
the
this
same
is
both
the
comes
different
around.
one.
But like, what a shitty
No.
choice.
Yeah,
I swear I remember.
Yeah.
There's a
and
one.
a lot of the like ways to get more focus is to get the skills that like the higher the combo you have, the more focus you get. Okay, that's a really good skill. Why is it locked so far down into the skill tree? When like realistically, by the time you get to like pretty close to the end of the game, you're gonna be like level 58. Reasonably, like if you're doing everything, you're gonna be in the late 50s. Why is that such a far down skill in the skill tree? But yeah, no, I felt like the gadget regain was really slow. I did not feel like I was getting enough gadget refills constantly. By the end of the game, I definitely felt that a little less because I had skills that just regained whenever you got a finisher or whenever you did like a high enough combo. Also, the game has a bonus skill, a bonus like gadget fill where you can like use a gadget for free even if you don't have any more uses. I made use.
But
I did
didn't
like that.
realize it
I did like
until,
that.
Like, I was in like, I had lost the symbiote suit by the time I realized what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
I just had never used it.
Yeah. You know, I felt especially like the skill cooldowns were way too long because I have like I have footage of like me fighting certain bosses and I'm just waiting. Like I'm literally just like wailing on this dude and trying to dodge perfectly all the time and parry because I can't use my ability. I just have to rely on that and wait until the thing comes back, especially in certain bosses like Mr. Negative, where it requires you to use your abilities to get past a certain phase. It does. Like I have a moment where I'm fighting Martin Lee, and I just have to wait for like 10 to 30 seconds before my ability recharges, so I can actually get past the phase. Yeah, I mean, that's the barometer I wanted to get with you guys. Because I felt like they were taking way too long to recharge, and focus was way too slow to gain.
Yeah, even like doing the rewarding stuff that gets you those things to get filled up, like perfect dodging, perfect parrying. It just felt too long still.
Yeah. It felt like the only way to get good focus was to just perfect dodge all the time and parry, which not every attack is parryable. Like perfect example, if it's a red, like the big brutes, they have the 2-punch. You can parry them, but the parry window is like it feels like the end lag on the parry is really long. So like you get the first parry and then he immediately hits you with the second punch and you just can't parry it.
The only thing that you can't exclusively parry is the blue one.
Yeah,
blue.
they called it
Crush
the crush attacks, which those are super telegraphed. So like it's fine. I also felt like they introduced that really late into the game too.
It did, but weird that they don't offer like perfect dodge windows. Like not even like for bosses, obviously, but like not even for like normal enemies. They don't like give you the.
Yeah.
Just avoid it.
It's weird the way they've rebalanced redone combat, but I do feel like combat is generally improved to the first game. There is more thought put into it. I do have to think about it more when I play it. I can't mindlessly play through combat anymore. Not in this game.
Yeah, I enjoy the stuff that they added to it, like making enemies bounce up. That's fun.
Yes, there's so much more combo potential now with the like bouncing and like more air mobility. Did you get this? Do you notice the skill that's the longer you keep enemies in the air, the more damage you do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good.
Of course, I love the kick barrage in the wall when they're on the wall.
Yes.
You just like go ham. I love that shit.
I hate that you get that at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't. Why is that so like down in the skill tree? That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
You have to.
That was,
You
like,
have
one
to
of the-
literally lose the symbiote before you get that. Like, yeah. Also, and now that we mentioned bosses, I think bosses are just like 10 times better in this game. The bosses are so much better in this game than in both Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales.
Do you think they're all better? Like they're like every boss is better than the best boss in like Spider-Man 1?
What is the best boss in Spider-Man 1?
Mr. Negative.
Yes, I do think every boss in this game is better. I think it's just due to the revamped combat, and also this is a very simple thing. This is very monkey brain neuron activation. A health bar. Just having a health bar.
Yeah.
Just having a health bar and with like little phase ticks to let me know like how many phases are in this boss fight. Like just something as simple as that. Like the boss fights are way more involved now. I'll say that. I do think the problem with the camera still exists, but like the boss fights are way more involved. And I think they're more enjoyable now. Especially with like the ability to parry and the multiple phases that are very clearly indicated. I think they improved that like tenfold. But I don't know if I'm in the minority on that one.
I mean, yeah, I think most of the bosses are ranged from pretty good to a great. Oh. But,
what was your favorite boss?
Raven.
Sebastian.
Probably Craven, yeah.
Peter.
Oh, second.
Peter was my favorite boss to fight. I mean, again, it's partly like my biased trope of holy shit, I'm fighting the protagonist of the video game. Like, I mean, this was something that like we were hoping would happen, right? Like we were kind of theorizing what happened, that you would have to fight Peter at some point.
Called it.
We called it hard. But that moment was so like the second the camera pulled out and it said Peter Parker, I was like fucking squirming. I was like, holy shit.
For like emotional impact, like story elements, that is like probably the best boss. But just gameplay wise, it's Craven.
I did really like Craven.
I really enjoyed fighting Craven. But there was
All
just
the
something.
bosses, I will say, did take me a little while.
But I'll say, even with Craven and Peter being so good, Venom was kind of like a letdown as a boss. Good boss.
A little bit. It's a
still,
good boss.
Like
It's a good boss. I think the second phase is. I didn't like the second and third and fourth phases.
That is not
as
the
much as
boss
the first
to
two phases.
throw enemies at me.
No. As soon as he started spawning enemies, I was like, why are you doing this?
This is horseshit.
It's like, why are you doing this? I do like that Venom requires you to. I think Craven is the perfect requires you to use fucking everything in your arsenal to fight him.
Yeah.
Also, we should mention which Craven boss, because there's two Craven bosses in this game.
Well, the actual
the one with Peter.
Put effort into it. Craven boss.
Yeah, I did like the Craven boss with Venom. I did like that.
Mean,
it's not as intuitive and it's not as impactful as the Peter boss with Craven.
There just isn't a whole lot of gameplay options because Venom's
Venom moves are very limited.
Literally only one fucking focus bar. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, I mean you're gonna play as him. You play as him for one level.
Yeah, but that's why it should be 3. Because I'm rampaging through. I'm rampaging through Oscar as it is the whole place. I only get 1 bar. I want to do 3 finishers in a row. Why not?
His finishers were great. too. His
Like,
finisher animations were great.
He's also the strongest enemy in the game, like the strongest person in the game. You should feel like to be the strongest person in the game by giving him like 3, like fucking give him 5 bars.
Yeah.
Make him OP.
Yeah. But I also get that like you're playing as him for one mission. So there's only so much you can do in a short amount of time. And it is a relatively short mission. It is not like super long. But yeah, I would be inclined to agree that that fight is. I mean, I did enjoy that boss. It also does feel like Venom was a little easy to play as, because he doesn't have a block or a dodge. Like, his dodge is a parry.
Yeah.
Which was really weird.
I like the idea of I'm fine with him not dodging, because he's basically like a behemoth, a force of nature. Just he's a juggernaut bitch. He's gonna run through you.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I just wish there were like more gameplay options for like Venom and the boss in that gameplay section. As short as it may be.
Yeah. No, I get you.
I mean, you play as MJ more than you play fucking Venom.
Yep.
I did like the MJ missions, though.
Yeah. We touched on it a little bit, but that audio is
I was gonna say that got lost. That's why
got lost.
I brought it back up.
I actually very much tolerated the MJ missions this time, especially the last one where it just turns into like bootleg Resident Evil. Yeah, it turns into bootleg Resident Evil. Yeah.
What?
The last MJ mission.
Oh no, I get it. I'm just trying to figure out the Resident Evilness in it.
Well, it's third person, run around through mildly scary stuff. Yeah.
Oh, Gears of War.
It had a Resident Evil vibe when I was playing. I was like,
it also looked Resident Evil-y.
Yeah, with all like the weird like I keep wanting to say like gore. It's not gore. It's like the weird like ooey gooey shit. The symbiote everywhere. Like
closest to that might be.
It had a vibe. It had a Resident Evil vibe.
Like grossed out.
I guess RE5 or 6 might be like close to that description. Because when I think of RE4, I think of like a village or a fucking mansion, or like just Resident Evil in general. I think of a village or a mansion or a rundown city with burning cars.
Just like a creepy cave.
There's no name one creepy cave in Resident Evil.
Isn't there one in Resident Evil 4?
I mean, it also doesn't have to be something exactly from a Resident Evil game to resemble Resident Evil.
Isn't Resident Evil 8 have sections in caves as well? And like mountains and caves?
I think so, probably.
Yeah. But the point being, it had like a spooky vibe. But I didn't, I actually didn't mind the MJ sections in this game.
Well, you didn't mind them in the first game either, didn't you?
No, they were, but I'm also not going to sit here and say like they were good, that they were particularly good, just because I didn't mind them. Like, doesn't mean I don't think they are like flawless.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm still more or less the same with them. They're better here. They're more tolerable. Just rather than not do it. And the strange part about it is that the enemies are nerfed to death in this one, like in these sections.
Yeah, the Craven hunters are one tapped by a taser.
They're one tap. They can't see shit. Yeah. There's no brutes for some reason. There's barely any dogs there, and if there are dogs, they're just like in one area being dumb. There's no birds in the sky. Like, why wouldn't there be? They are in every other section, but we gotta put that plot armor in for her. Yeah. Thankfully they're not as long.
No, they're short, and they're pretty.
Honestly, they are paced as well as you want them to be.
Yeah, and they're also sporadically placed. Like, you don't get the first MJ like stealth section until like almost halfway through the game, and after that there's like two more. There's two more after that, and that's it.
Honestly, I would have preferred using the bike as like using her to riding the bike.
Absolutely not. The
No.
bicycle scenes were horrible to
Whoa.
control. I would not want
Hold
a
on.
faster version.
Why not faster version?
Because a faster version of horrible controls means faster horrible controls.
Horrible controls.
Did
They
you do the
don't.
bicycle scenes?
I did.
They controlled horribly, and the collision was terrible.
Controlled horribly. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Am I at the loop on this? What's up with the bicycle sections?
I found them painful to play.
All three of them, yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
they,
So I do not
There
want
was
a
three?
faster version of that.
yeah, there's three. There's the one with Harry, the flashback, and then the EMF one.
That's two.
But like, what?
That's two.
One with Harry, the
Uh-huh.
flashback, the side mission flashback. When you go back in time as young Peter Parker,
Mhm.
going to the Daily Bugle,
Mm-hmm.
the EMF one.
Oh. I forgot.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know. I thought those sections were like fine to control. I was doing fine with them. I was going.
They
where I
were a
wanted to go.
little sticky for me. I was not particularly thrilled by the biking segments. I didn't mind it like the first time when you're doing like the ride with Harry.
Yeah, that was fine, but
That was fine.
When there were obstacles and you got hit from them from like 30 feet away.
Yeah, all and also
Why'd you get hit? Collision.
Because the collision was horrible on them.
Also, the pathing was weird, like especially in the EMF one. The pathing was weird of the AI, where like the bike would like steer a certain way, and you would end up just riding into people in the street. And the collision is weird, so they like barely back away out of you. I'm not like in this. They're horrible, but I was not particularly fond of them.
I didn't struggle with them.
I would have done. It's not about struggle.
Yeah.
It's not that they were hard. They were
okay. I
painfully
didn't
easy.
struggle with them with whatever you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't have those issues.
That's fine.
I don't love them either. They're just fine. I'm just saying that I would have liked a. Well, I would have preferred probably just using image to ride the bike, just around the section, dodging and avoiding enemies, with more cause for failure. Bit of a spectacle, honestly, but yeah.
Yeah. This game's got money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something you could have done there.
Yeah.
And it also made money.
Yeah. But,
Gabe, what do you think about the web swinging?
I love it.
Yeah, because I'm the only one who like added anything to it. So
Yeah, I love the web swinging. I was initially hesitant with the web wings when they were first introduced. Like I was hyped for them when they showed them in the trailers. But when I started playing the game, it felt like, they're really incentivizing the web wings a lot, and it feels like they're the superior mode of transportation. I'm like, that shouldn't be the superior way to get around in a Spider-Man game is through using like web wings to fly.
no, that would be the slingshot.
Yeah. But
I mean, it definitely did end up being that way.
I found the best way to get around was to mix and match. That was the way I felt. That was the way I ended up doing.
A building, glided really fast, and then when I would slow down, I would just land on a building, slingshot, and glide really fast.
I mean, they do want you to use the slingshot, like the super.
Yeah, they really want you to use a slingshot.
The fact that they
But
put
I'm
them like
saying,
at the
like,
edge of the map,
that-
like for the sections. Yeah.
I'm not talking about like those ones. I'm talking about just like any slingshot.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
But like I didn't use web swinging very much. I just went above the buildings.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
I
just
didn't feel like I had to go down.
like end of the day, I think they're a great inclusion. They should not be taken away. They're great, and they really help with like the speed of the game. I do feel like they're a little over incentivized, as opposed to like actually focusing on improving the web swinging. I never had any issues with the web swinging in either of the Insomniac Spider-Man games, but I have to acknowledge that is an issue people have. So I would have much preferred them actually focusing on improving that.
Might have fixed that.
I mean, yeah, they having the ability to turn off swing assistance is great, but I also sorry, let me just finish my point real quick and I'll let you guys. I apologize, because you guys have way more to say about the web swinging than I do. That wasn't a negative. That's just you guys have more to say. I would just be like, I like it, and I move on. You can take it the wrong way. But I feel like sorry, I lost my point for a second. Yeah, you guys go. I lost my point. Let me retrace my steps. I apologize.
Right. So, my issues that I had with the first two games is that they were easy. They were piss easy. It was whatever. Just move it. But now with the being able to turn off web assist, I'm like, yeah, sure, shit. I don't think I have many issues with it now. Just relying on the physics and using it well. It's like, yeah, I like this. More of this. And they gave me the option to do it. People who want it easy, they can have it easy. People who want a little bit of a challenge in the web swinging, now they got it. And I appreciate that. Did any of you have web assist off at some points in the game?
I did not ever touch it, but I'm gonna when they add New Game Plus, I'm actually gonna play it with web assistance completely off, just to see how it feels.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what was there, but I knew that I could turn on fall damage, and I was looking for it. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? Web assist? Take it off? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you turn fall damage off?
I did not.
Like
honest. Actually, you don't need fall damage on to get that trophy.
Oh.
Yeah. The trophy specifically calls for you doing a trick in midair and then failing at it by falling on the ground. Like, yeah. There's no, you don't need fall damage on for that to happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't take damage from it. Is the only difference. Like they made the animation of you eating shit on the ground. Like, no, I didn't touch I didn't touch swing assistance. I knew of it. Personally, I don't really care for fall damage in a Spider-Man game. That's just my personal opinion. I don't really care for it. I think it kind of, I don't want to say like defeats the purpose, but it also does kind of mess with the fantasy a little bit. But it's there, and it should be an option for people if they want it. Like having swing assistance turned off if they want to. I remembered my point. My point being like, I would much rather them just a little bit decentivize the web wings and actually focus on improving the web swinging, like doing more physics-based stuff. Actually, having more abilities with like actually traversing as opposed to just like, okay, now we have web wings. We're incentivizing the shit out of them. There are air tunnels everywhere. There's air vents everywhere. Like, we really want you to use the web wings to get around.
Okay, do you still have any issues with the web swinging right now?
No. But that's just me. Like, I think that is my opinion, that the web swinging in the past couple games, pretty spot on. I don't have any issues with them. I never had any issues with the way the web swinging was used and how it was, played. But that's me. But I have to acknowledge I am in the minority on that a little bit in terms of like Spider-Man fans.
All right. So knowing that, do you think there's anything they could still improve upon for the web swinging?
Improve upon or change?
Both, sure.
Like you said, include more physics-based stuff. I mean, like, there are things they did to improve it, like adding more animations. And there are certain skills you can unlock that help you swing around buildings, I guess.
Like, the loop-de-loop is great.
The loop-de-loop is great. The loop-de-loop is great.
I wish I could do the loop-de-loop by just holding down the trigger, though. I wish I didn't have to have momentum. Like, I wish I could try and do it.
You only need to dive.
Point.
You just need to dive and hold R2.
I'm saying I wish I could try it at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because there are times where it'll just take you off the web.
It also felt like sometimes I would try to do the loop-de-loop and it just would dive and then swing up. and then I would keep holding the button, like keep holding the trigger to do the loop to loop, and then he would do the animation where he gets to the arc, and then detaches.
That didn't happen for me. I basically figured it out at a point where if I have the wing streaks coming out of my arms, I did it.
Yeah.
Although I wish you could do it to as Sebastian's point, just not by that much. I wish it could be done like with cranes. Like if you see a crane, you swing up to it and then you like spin around to it, something like that. Something like
I also
movie.
wish I could do the loop horizontally and not just vertically.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Like finding a pole and then
And not necessarily finding a pole, but like if you're attaching to a building, you can only go vertically up. Like straight up. You can't go at an angle or horizontally. Like you can't angle it at a different way. It just goes straight up. Like the only way to angle it is if you're attaching to something that is angled, like the edge of a building or like a tree. That is the only way to angle it.
So I'm not trying to figure out like the position that you're going to be on in the game to do a loop to loop horizontally.
No, he means like be able to move the stick in the direction.
Sure.
Be able to like actively move the loop to loop, for like
move where you want to go.
Yeah, wherever you want to go, like less freedom, or sorry, not less freedom, like more freedom in how you want to approach that. Like maybe make the controls a little more loose.
Yeah, I think he's talking about like doing the thing sideways.
Yeah. Like on like a flag post or something, you just do a little spin.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like actually being able to like move
I'll be honest, around. I don't even think what you said makes a lot of sense. Like doing like moving to the left and right, even though you're like going in circles.
Well, I mean, you can still move while doing it in a circle. Like you can still actively move.
I mean,
you just have to change like the trajectory.
It feels like it's kind of like doing a backflip and then trying to move to the side.
Not really.
Oh, because you hit a corner. You like hit a corner to spin, and you just hold on to it and keep spinning.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how you're going. How even like maybe I'm talking too much in real life, but like holding her open and then spinning around. I just don't know how you're gonna have the
jump with robot arms, and you're saying it's weird that I can spin sideways.
What? I'm not talking about spinning. I'm talking about moving while doing the vertical loop. What Gabe was talking about. Not talking about the horizontal spin. I'm trying to like figure out how that's gonna be a thing, or like doing the vertical spinning in a circle, and then that.
Well, you're spinning in a circle, and then you can just move a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right to try to angle it to go in another direction when you let go of it and go flying. I'm not talking about like literally having him fucking go into the Z-axis. Like, no.
I mean, if you're just talking about directing where he's going to fly off,
be more precise in where you want to go, because it feels like you are getting sent straight up. Like you are not really getting sent at an angle.
Sure, but I mean, I don't think you think that's an issue, right?
It's not a pressing issue.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna really add much to it. You're just gonna. I mean, the point is to go up, and then after that, you can do whatever the hell you want. That's really
I feel like if you wanted to make it more cinematic, add more to the fantasy, feel more immersed in it, you can do stuff like that to make it a little more freeing, as opposed to more tight. Because that seems to be the issue a lot of people have, is that it's very tight. There's not really a lot of freedom in what you can do.
In the loop-de-loop.
No, I'm
in the web swinging in general?
The web swinging, yes. I have abandoned the loop-de-loop. I am talking about the web swinging.
Oh yeah, I just don't get it now. the not a lot of freedom.
I'm just relaying what a lot of people have complained about. This is not my personal issue.
Yeah, I don't get it from them. I'm not,
because they want very heavy physics-based like swinging with like do whatever you want. Freedom,
play Spider-Man
levels
2,
of freedom.
Can I say? Go play Spider-Man 2 with your original.
That's pretty much what
At
they
that point.
want. They want Spider-Man 2 again. They want Spider-Man 2. They want Web of Shadows. They don't want to. They want to go back, which is fine. I mean, it's free. It's fair to say. If you want more physics-based web swinging, you can do. You can ask for that.
Sure, but I feel like they would hate that.
Maybe. I just
Just
feel
what
like
you wish for, I think.
I don't know. I enjoy the web swinging in these games. I have nothing to say other than like,
I know.
I enjoy them.
Right now, I think it is the best that it can ever be for Spider-Man 2. Unless
Sebastian had the
comes
most
out.
issues with web swinging, so I'm interested in
Oh.
hearing what he has to say about the Spider-Man 2.
The floor is yours, Sebastian.
What?
The floor is yours.
For what?
You had the most issues out of all of us with the web swinging in Spider-Man 1, so I'm interested in how you feel about web swinging in this game.
I didn't have an issue. I just thought it was boring because it just boiled down to right trigger, A button, right trigger, A button. And, I mean, this game just kind of boiled down to me using the web wings. But I did enjoy them.
Well, you complained about
let's do it.
speed. You thought you were slow in Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales.
Yeah, I felt fast for the first, like, third of the game. And then I was kind of wishing they didn't give me all the speed at the beginning of the game.
I'm just
Because-
saying you
Because
could
I
web
wanted
slip
to
in
be
the original.
fast. I wanted to be faster by the end of the game than I was at the beginning, and it just didn't feel like that. So while the beginning I was like, wow, I feel so much faster now, and I can do so much. By the end of the game, I was like, yep, I'm gliding, and I did use the fast travel quite a bit.
So you weren't gonna do it.
Hmm?
I think you said you were gonna do it. Like you were like, who will use that?
I don't think I ever said that.
No, he's talking about the first game.
Oh, I thought it was the second game. Okay.
No, I'm talking about the second game right now.
Oh,
I used the fast travel a lot in the second game. I didn't use it in the first one because it was useless. It did not feel like it helped very much, especially with the loading times.
Had to be specific points in the map. And I mean, hey, I'll press the fast travel in this game. You could go where the fuck you want.
yeah, it's
Yep,
instant.
and
It is instantaneous.
It is
I
instant,
use-
and it's wherever you want.
Yep.
Honestly.
I used it a lot.
Fun fact about the fast travel in this game, as revealed in a podcast with the director. So remember when the gameplay trailer came out where they showed fast travel for the first time, how instant it was, like how insanely fast it was. Yeah, apparently, the launch build that we played, it was actually slower in that trailer. They actually made it faster before the Gold Master, because apparently the guy who was hiding up the web swinging and the fast travel stuff, after that trailer came out, he was like, I think I can make it faster. And they just made it faster. So how instantaneous it is now, it was actually a little slower beforehand.
That's cool.
Which is insane because it was like, it's instantaneous. Like you click where you want to go and it just puts you there.
Yeah, I never used it. I only used it when I was trying to get the trophies. Like I was done with the story. I did everything I could. I just had to like do the platinum stuff. That's only when I used it.
I only did fast travel like twice.
I was using it all the time.
Yeah. I feel like if you have to use fast travel in a Spider-Man game, something's wrong. something went wrong if you're going to be using fast travel.
Yeah, no, I not at all with me. Everything, I was going pretty fast through the whole thing, especially with the wind tunnels, the slingshot. That shit was like, yeah, man. I don't fast travel. Don't need it.
You just don't need it.
I like traversing.
Yeah. The only times like you would think about using fast travels, you want to like be cinematic or something, or if you just really need to get somewhere.
There's some cool animations.
Yeah, it's sick as shit. Like you press where you want to go, and then it does like this zoom into the area, and it's a real cinematic. Spider-Man swings in, and then you just get to play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool and impressive. Like power the PS5 motherfucker.
Yeah, this game is a technical marvel.
Yeah, let's get into that for a little bit. Like this game
I still want to talk about some
impressive.
stuff.
Well, I want to see someone put it on a hard drive when it comes to PC.
Hold on, honestly, I did want to talk about some stuff like.
Well, I'm not
open world.
abandoning it. I was just saying we can talk about the.
I thought that was like the transition.
No, it wasn't transition. It was like, hey, let's talk about it. Like, this
yeah,
game
sure,
is impressive as shit. Like from a technical level.
Yes.
Like this is the kind of shit that's like, yeah, no, they couldn't put this on PS4.
No.
This game would not exist on the PS4.
I think it might have been because it was 1080 put onto my monitor, but I kind of was disappointed with it overall visually.
In fairness, we both.
I feel like.
Sorry, in fairness, we did both play it on performance mode, which takes off the high fidelity textures, and lowers the texture quality overall for the entire game, so that we can enjoy it at 60.
Like the game looks good and all. Like,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it looks great. But like if you like really look at it, like it's getting beaten by something like Red Dead, like which was last generation. Like stuff like that, I think would still beat it. Like it wasn't like a wow next
No,
not next
yeah.
gen but current
Yeah.
gen,
No, I
This
get what you're
game
saying. I
It doesn't
agree. I agree.
differentiate it, so
This game is no
performs-
Last of Us 2.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but I agree. It is not the most visually impressive looking game. It's beautiful. It's a great looking game. But
and there
I
are
think,
good details.
yeah, I think what impressed me the most was the performance. Like, think about it. Think about it for a second. This game runs at 4K 60, a smooth 4K 60 with ray tracing on. You can't turn off ray tracing.
Well, I was playing it at 1080p.
I know. But you were technically playing this with ray tracing because the game doesn't have a ray tracing setting because they found a way to make the game run 4K 60 with ray tracing on. Like, and the same for like the other modes, like the balance mode, just like 4K 40 and then 4K 30. Like they all run with HDR and ray tracing. Like you don't need to turn it. Their mindset was you don't need to. We make the game run. And that's impressive. Like this is a game that works at launch. Mostly. But sorry, you were gonna say, Ernest, before I cut you off.
Oh yeah, like this game is no it's no Last of Us 2, Red Dead 2, and like the look in the looks department, all right? It's no God of War or whatever or anything like that. But like, damn, this game just performs very well. It looks pretty good. Like flying above the city, like being high up in the sky, gliding and looking at the city, that shit's amazing.
Yeah,
It
and you get to see the
beautiful.
entire city.
Seeing everything, how everything's running, and how good it looks.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah.
That was probably a heavy
it-
challenge for them in the studio. I'm like, wow.
And it's impressive how they're able to, like, just an example for like fast travel. Think about what they're doing there. They're taking you from one side of the map to the complete other side of the map instantly. Like they have to load all of that at once. Like that's insane.
How they even did that. Even some of the stuff in the campaign where you're like,
I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Areas. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah.
They got the Ratchet and Clank moment. Yep.
Yeah. Damn, bro, how'd you do that?
Yeah, it's insane.
Like,
and like even like a perfect example, like we can. But this is a spoilers discussion. It doesn't matter. Like in the opening level where.
Yeah, I actually don't think we've spoiled it yet, technically.
Yeah, I mean we mentioned symbiotes.
Well, we knew.
Well, like symbiote,
Symbiote plural. Symbiotes.
The only thing that was really said was I said I liked playing as symbiote Peter, but everyone knew that already.
Well, we mentioned playing as Venom.
Oh, that's true.
And when the game goes full shadows.
Yeah, the game goes full web of shadows. It goes.
Before,
It goes full web of shadows.
We mentioned
but I was gonna mention like in the opening level of the game where you fight Sandman, where Sandman throws Miles like insanely far, and he goes through like 16 buildings.
Can we also talk about how goofy that looks? Because he goes into the building and then he explodes out of it.
Yeah.
Go rewatch that.
He also goes way faster coming out of the first building and landing into the second versus going into the first.
Also strange because Peter also got thrown like over a building, but he didn't go flying halfway across the city.
Yeah, they were like, let's just have a little flex moment where we show the power of the PS5 for just a second and how
I mean,
how good our loading is.
it was it was a fucking nuts moment.
It
Like,
was
oh my
it was
God.
insane. I was like, holy shit, what just happened? Overall, I think that whole Sandman fight was really impressive from like a technical level, like what they were able to accomplish there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, this game is really impressive technically. Visually, yeah, it doesn't hold up to some of the other games released today, or even in the past like couple of years.
No, as a package, like games like Arkham Knight still look like better.
Yeah, but also Arkham Knight is going for like a very specific like mood and like artistic like design choice. It isn't going for like real life realism. It isn't going for that, which like Spider-Man clearly is.
Yeah, I guess this game is worse looking than a lot of games stylistically looking. Stylistically
Yeah.
also like style, by
Yeah.
style choices like Ghost of Tsushima. I
Yeah.
what can I say?
Ghost of Tsushima looks like like so much prettier than this game, but also Tsushima is
It's like
going
a
for a
fucking art
very
gallery.
specific. Yeah, it's going for a specific look. Yeah, it's going for a look. Yeah, you were saying you wanted to talk more a little more about combat and
Well, yeah,
or
I was gonna go into
traversal or
gameplay. Yeah, traversal and like content, like to do stuff to do in the game, excluding like
yeah.
the campaign. How
Yeah,
do you feel
yeah.
about that compared to the first game?
I think it's spoon fed. It's streamlined so much better. I was running because the problem, I think we can all say this. If we were running, I think I run into the issue when playing either Spider-Man PS4 or Miles Morales, where the second something is introduced on the map, I went out and did all of it, and then there was nothing to do. And now you're just going through the story. In this game, there's a similar thing, but they spoon feed things to you a little more. They're like, all right, you can have your EMF missions now, but we're not giving you all of them. Okay, you can have a side quest now, but that's all you're getting for now. Like, do you want a little more? Okay, switch to Miles. Now you get a little more to do. All right, you ran out of stuff to do with Miles? Okay, switch to Peter. See what he's got for you. And there are things you can do with both Miles and Peter. But, like, I think they did a much better job at, like, streamlining however much you can do. And the stuff you can do doesn't feel like I'm going out of my way. It doesn't feel like, oh, let me go get these 25 backpacks. Let me go get these, what else was there to do? Yeah, let me go get these. Let me go swing through some gas real quick. Like, there wasn't any stuff like, let me go take these pictures of black cat plushies. Let me go do that. There wasn't any of that in this game, and I
You didn't
appreciate
enjoy those. You did enjoy those parts.
Oh,
The first game?
I was fine with them. I was not upset with them at all. I'm just saying, like, this is better. This is a better way to do it than like menial tasks like collecting pigeons and collecting backpacks and taking pictures of plushies. And I also think the game rewards you a lot more, I think, in the progression aspect. It feels like I was gaining a lot more as I played. Because, like, every level up, I got a new suit or I got a new skill point, I feel like I was
I'm gonna
getting
be
a
honest
lot.
with that. Since you brought that up, I didn't care about the skill tree like about the halfway point through the game. Like I stopped getting skills I really cared about.
Mm-hmm.
Playing,
Yeah,
as
playing throughout. Did you feel like there was less to do per se in Spider-Man 2? Like more, like less stuff?
No, I did not feel like there was less stuff to do.
it felt about the same.
Yeah, it felt either about the same or maybe a little more. I never felt overwhelmed, but it did feel like it was either about the same amount to do or a little more.
And I'll say the side stuff was definitely better than the first one.
Yeah.
Because I would say the only one I didn't really like in this game were the symbiote nests.
Yeah. I didn't really
I
care for
got
the
pretty
symbiote
sick
nest
of
that much.
those
I
pretty
got a little sick
quickly.
of it. Yeah, I also got a little sick of the symbiote nests.
Especially doing all of them and then doing it again in the campaign.
Yeah, I had the exact same experience. I did all of the symbiote nests, and then the next story mission was do another symbiote nest.
That was so fucking strange. I don't know what it did that.
Yeah.
Um, so I have this. I was thinking of this in the first place. Spider-Man 1, it wasn't original all the way through, but what I like about some of the side stuff in that game, particularly, are the bases. There's more bases in that game, I'm pretty sure. At least like
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
more
the
variety.
demon bases. There's
Demon bases, Kingpin
the
bases,
raft criminal bases,
Sable bases.
Sable bases, and the Kingpin bases. There's like 4 different type of bases.
Yeah, and there's
They
like
all
7 each.
fundamentally play the same.
They do play the same, but they are very fun, and they are in different locations that offer like different challenges. This game doesn't have challenges in combat arenas.
The Mysteriums.
Yeah,
I fucking hate
Those.
the Mysteriums, by the way. I fucking hate those
Yeah,
things.
but those
They're
are-
horrible. They
I
fucking
like-
suck.
I-
They're the worst thing in
I
the
like
game.
them.
They should have never
What?
included them. They're terrible.
What?
I hate them with a passion.
um,
I'm never
you
doing
fail
them
them?
again. I'm never
fail
doing them
them?
again. I failed like one of them once, and then I went back immediately and did it again, and it was
no,
it cleared it.
it's strange because I
Why
was
do you hate them so much? Then?
They're
I
terribly
don't hate them as much.
designed. They're terribly designed. The arenas are horrible. The camera can't keep up, and the combat is not fucking designed for these things. They're not
Yeah.
designed for.
None of those
don't-
issues.
I was gonna agree with him on most of those parts. I don't despise them. I have no incentive to replay them, unlike the Taskmaster challenges.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have
They
no
downgraded
incentive to go back.
significantly.
I have
Well,
no
I mean,
reason to go back
I
once they're
won't
done.
lie, I didn't go back for gold.
Yeah, I did not.
Yeah.
If I got gold, I
I-
was like, cool, never have to touch this again. But if I fucking ended
I
up with a
did get
silver
gold
or
on
bronze, I was
Also,
like, I'm not going
I-
back. I'm not trying again.
Yeah. Which leads me
I
going back to the
not
Taskmaster
speak of me.
missions, the Taskmaster challenges. There, not only are there more of them, and not only are there like most of them pretty fun. There was more stuff to do. There's combat, traversal, and stealth
Also,
with
the
different challenges on each one.
sorry to interrupt. I thought of one more thing. The only actual incentive to doing the Mysteriums is to get the Mysterio boss fight. That's
Yeah.
it.
Also, I like
And
the
you get
story
and
behind
you
it,
get the
too.
story and the cool story behind it. Like the story behind the Mysteriums is really cool, and the way they handle Quentin Beck is really interesting. And that Mysterio boss fight is fun. It's a really cool spectacle.
Yeah.
I fucking hate those Mysteriums, and I'm never doing them again. When I play New Game Plus, I'm not touching them. I'm not touching them. They're so
but unless-
unfun.
And you, so not even defend Mysterio.
No, I already got my trophy. I don't care. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
my trophy.
and then- yeah.
The only time I'll ever touch them again is if they port this to PC. It's the only time I'm touching them. Sorry, that was my little rant on how much I hate those Mysteriums so much.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say
apologize.
I wasn't a full fan of those.
I kind of
They-
like some
they
of
were-
them.
I like how they look. They look trippy and nice. But other than that, yeah, Taskmaster challenges are better.
Yes.
The bases are
So much better.
and the bases, the enemy bases are better in like the first game. Like, you had the
I
Craven
enjoyed-
bases.
I enjoyed the Craven bases. I like them.
Sure,
Yeah, I did. They're
I
big.
don't know
They're
how mu-
bigger, and they had more options. They had more
they're bigger,
objectives.
but this is the thing. I don't think the layout of them are very good.
The bases
Like the way
weren't
they-
laid out very great either.
Yeah, the bases aren't. Huh?
I didn't think the bases were that well laid out either, especially like the
Not-
demon ones. The demon ones were
Not
so
all of them. Yeah, not
so nothing.
I wouldn't call the demons ones the top tier ones. I would call the Sable ones the good ones, the Kingpin ones the good one, and the prisoner ones too. I would call those the de facto good bases to fight in. There's a lot more space.
Sure. Yeah.
Helps that the prisoner ones are like outside. They're like
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's why I like the Craven bases, because they were kind of like they were outside, and they did more with them. Like you had to do the outside parts, and then you had to go inside, and it's all very open. Like there's a lot of mobility, I think, in those. Although stealth in this game is a joke, and it's kind of a chore. Like the best thing about stealth in this game is the web line.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, stealth wasn't great in the first game either. Or
No,
Miles Morales.
no, it was not.
They did not improve upon it
No,
all that much.
They did not. Like the web line is great, but that's it.
Oh, also,
I also feel like I had no incentive to use the gadget. Sorry to cut you off again, but I felt like I had no incentive to use the gadgets and stuff.
because those gadgets were not made for stealth.
No.
No,
Like, the only one I used was the concussion blast to very quickly end it. When there were some dudes on the top of a building, and I said, okay. Boom!
Yeah,
Like,
but
that
like,
was it.
you know, the first game had like six gadgets dedicated to stealth alone.
Yeah.
And they
Also-
were all very useful.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. One quick question I want to ask again, because I want to know how dumb I am. Did you guys ever forget what button did what? The layout to like L1 and R1? Did you guys ever forget or get confused?
I mixed up L1 and R1 a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
There were a lot of times where I'm like, oh wait, let me use my ability. Wait, why did I just throw out the gadget? Fuck, that's R1, not L1. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to me.
Okay, that happened to me a lot. Okay, I just want to make sure how dumb I was, because that happened to me way too often.
Oh, I did also get moments where I was like, okay, why isn't it shooting off? Oh, I can't. Oh, wait, the cooldown's on. I can't use it because it's not on now.
It's not available yet.
I would get a bar of meter as miles, and I'd be like, all right, time to use one of my super moves.
Yeah.
Nope.
I also continuously forgot about Symbiote Surge and the EMP Blast. I continuously forgot about those.
Maybe to bring an issue up now.
Boss fights only.
Yeah, maybe to bring the issue up now. The thing is kind of small, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Symbiote Surge and EMP Blast.
Like the HUD as a whole is like kind of small sometimes.
It's a little small. It's also weird. It's a really weird HUD.
Yeah.
Like, I get what they were going for. They were trying to like keep it everything you absolutely need on the screen at all times. Which like it's fine. It's a good UI, but I did feel like I got a little confused sometimes where like where the button mapping was.
I kind of
what did what.
I kind of missed the web wheel.
As much as I feel like, as much as I am kind of sick of weapon wheels, I do kind of miss the weapon wheel.
Yeah,
I kind of miss it.
So Sebastian, you said why did they get rid of it?
Yeah.
Put it on screen. That's why.
They probably get rid of it. They probably got rid of it to put it on screen and to keep everything mapped to 4 buttons.
So they just got rid of player freedom.
Yeah. Like that's what that's what we're kind of saying. It's like it feels like it's a give and take. Like they do a lot to improve the combat in this game, like including a parry. Hell yeah. Hell yeah to the parry.
Did any of you guys have a struggle with it at first? I was like, okay,
yes.
I can't fucking do this shit.
Yeah,
like, okay,
I struggle with the parry, and then as soon as I realized, it's the second the yellow turns into the red, that's when you throw out the parry. I got it.
Yeah. It was very generous.
It is a very generous parry, too, so I felt very stupid when I couldn't get it for a long time. I don't think I fully understood the parry until, like, the lizard boss fight. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I felt very stupid when I got to the lizard boss fight, and I was like, oh, that's how it works.
I just needed a few more combat encounters to get it right. But I also like this, playing the game when I wanted to parry and I fucked it up. I was like, okay, I'm not dodging anymore. I'm gonna fucking parry this shit until
I was like,
I'm gonna die.
Fuck dodging.
Or I'm gonna die until like.
Yeah, that's another thing. Let's talk about the difficulty. Let's talk about it. Because we mentioned it a little bit earlier. This game, on Spectacular, it actually has some difficulty. It's not like brain dead easy anymore.
It's shockingly hard sometimes.
And I think that's the bosses. Yes. I love getting hit by one lizard hit, and it takes like 70% of my health.
I would sit on a boss for like 30, 40 minutes sometimes.
Yeah. Did you say you spent like an hour on the lizard boss fight?
No. Hunter thought I did because he saw me fighting the lizard on land, and then he saw me fighting lizard underground, and then he saw like the third time you fight the lizard, and he has like 4 phases.
Fight. Also,
that was all one boss fight.
I also felt a little stupid that I didn't realize until the lizard fight that the boss bar had the phase indicators. I felt very stupid when I got to the lizard boss fight and I noticed that, and I was like, oh, that's an indicator.
I didn't notice those later on, but I don't think they're very necessary, to be honest.
I like it. I like having the little indicator. It's nice.
It's nice having them. It's nice knowing that when how close you are to beating it. I'm okay with it.
I feel like it kind of ruined some boss fights. There were some where they tried to make it like take the Venom boss fight for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Like every phase transition was Peter begging Harry. So it would have been so much more suspenseful, I feel like, if you didn't know how many times you were gonna have to fight him.
You know what? At that point,
That's
I
fair.
think the health. I think the no health bar might be missed at that point. Saying that.
I do
No,
enjoy the health bar
I
though.
feel like the health bars. I feel like the phases shouldn't have been there just for like Venom, like being the final boss. That would have been interesting.
Like the little indicator, yeah.
Like you have no idea how long this fight's gonna be.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean that can be more obvious with no health bar.
Yeah, but if you're gonna
I'm
have, if you're gonna have the health bar,
I'm not saying no health bar. I'm
No,
saying
no.
no phases.
No,
phases.
I agree, but I'm saying like to further back that up, no health bar will also like help with that.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah. But yeah,
Which I feel like the health bar might be missed for some people. Like the no health bar might be missed for some people.
It should
Probably.
definitely be an option.
yeah,
Yeah, it could be an option.
Which would be a simple thing they could add.
yeah.
It doesn't ruin the experience having it. So
You can make it more immersive, to be
Yeah.
honest. Just
Also-
this is going away at it and not knowing
no
when they're
HUD
gonna
at
open.
all.
Also, did you notice
Yeah.
that certain brute types had health bars, but like sometimes they had health bars? Did you notice that? So like
Not
the
sure.
the Craven enemy where he has the axe, or the Craven enemy where he has the spear and shield. The first time you fight that guy, he has a health bar,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think he was supposed
that's
to be like a boss.
and then it
that's probably
goes
just,
away,
That's probably just a mini boss. That's
And
probably
then
just
it
a
goes
mini
away.
boss. Yeah.
and it never comes back. And then the first time you fight the symbiote brute, he gets a health bar,
Mhm.
and then never again.
Whoa, hey, Mary Jane.
Yeah, Mary Jane got him because he was a boss. But when you're fighting him with Spider-Man for the first
That
time,
was
he
a
gets a
cool
little bit of a
boss.
health bar. And then that's it. Never again.
Yeah, it's just there's just like mini bosses, I guess, what you could call them.
Yeah. Oh, those
just
guys,
wanted to-
fuck those guys, by the way.
I feel like they did that to like pad out time.
Oh, absolutely. They absolutely did that to pad out time. Another thing I want to say is fuck those enemies. Not like
brutes?
fuck those enemies, they suck, but just fuck those enemies.
Just the Bruce and totality.
Not all of the brutes. Specifically the Craven ones with like the axe, and then the Craven ones with the shield and spear.
Yeah, I'll
That
say
Craven totally
one-
fucking rips for his boss fight.
one of the worst enemies to fight in the first game were the brutes. They were annoying as shit. You know what I mean, right?
No, I know what you mean. I just never found them that annoying.
They were quite annoying for me, but I'm
Mortal
glad they were like
Kombat.
improved upon.
Mortal Kombat X is 80 gigabytes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I guess so.
Why?
Yeah. Well, that's crazy.
Also, Combat Pack and Combat Pack 2 give me the DLC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Show that.
Yeah. So any more gameplay additions to talk about?
There's definitely. I feel like there's definitely. We didn't even talk about like the suits and like the progression,
Oh yeah.
because like the stuff you do around the city gives you like the like if you've played the other two games, you're familiar with the token system. Like, you're very familiar with it.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about how much currency you were getting? Because it did feel like sometimes you either get too much or you get too little, but you also get enough to get everything you want.
I definitely felt that plus not enough when it came to not having any hero tokens or
Yep.
rare tech.
So the solution for the rare tech was to do all the Prowler missions in a one go. And then the hero tokens was do all the Mysteriums and then do the symbiote nests. Those give you the most hero tokens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. At a point in the game, I was like, okay, I have everything. I just need hero tokens,
Yep.
and I just did everything that I needed to do, and then I got everything.
So funny enough, by the end of the game, the only thing I still needed were the standard tech tokens.
Really?
Because I ended up buying everything, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm out of tech tokens. I gotta go stop at a couple more caches. and grab a couple more so I can buy the last upgrade or buy the last suit. Which also, okay, let's talk about the suits. Yeah. How do you guys feel about the suit selection? Because I'm iffy on it.
Miles has better suits than Peter. But I think he does. Just a lot more creativity that went into them, and some of the cooler ones that were in the last game, Miles Morales game. And after that, it's a realization that the deluxe suits aren't that good.
No, I didn't use.
them a
I
single
didn't.
time.
I used. I first was like, oh, I did use deluxe suits. I'm like, no, I didn't. I used the pre-order bonus suits. I used the Arachnite suit for Miles and Peter. That is all I used in terms of the deluxe suits. I did not use any of them.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, when I do New Game Plus, I'm gonna use every fucking suit. I'm gonna use all of them.
Also,
Yep, but I am happy with some of the suits that they had, like Superior Spider-Man. Thank fucking God. I was so
Superior
happy
Spider-Man's
when
in
I saw
there.
that.
I was super happy to see Spider-Man Noir, the Spider-Verse Noir.
Yeah, TASM 2. There you go.
Yeah, he's there, and it looks great.
I used it for a little bit.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm so happy it's there. Black suit or Raimi black suit. So happy it's there.
The
Black suit.
original
Oh my
black
God.
suit too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Blue. I was using that for a while.
Yup. No, not the the purple.
No, it was where it was red and blue.
Oh, you were a red and blue one. Because I used the
Yeah,
purple
where-
one.
where
I used the
reflects.
purple one. Yeah.
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 Oh, which kind of brings us up to like the style choices that you can like have the suits have, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
And then
Yeah, what a
For
great
Mi-
choice.
for
Yeah.
Miles, I only used the Spider-Man in the backpack
The bodega suit.
Mhm.
I mean, hey, some of the style choices are piss ugly, but some of them
Like the yellow Spider-Man.
ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I used that. In
I actually.
the like dawn looking like area
Mhm.
or like sunset or something, and it actually worked pretty well.
Yeah, I saw a guy play like that way, but overall, I think it was like fucking vomit.
It's not good, but
I-
I had it at the perfect time.
Yeah. I actually liked like the standard like upgraded suit for Peter. I actually really liked it with the black instead of the blue.
Same.
I actually really liked the way the black looked. I was like, wow, oh wow, the black looks really good on this suit actually. I did I swapped around suits a lot. I didn't stick to the same suit very often. I don't know how you guys did it. I swapped a lot.
I did some switching, not as much. I kind of like did to stick around with the default suits around the like throughout the whole game for story reasons. So,
I did
but,
think
like,
about
after the
sticking only to the story suits for like pure immersion, but I ended up just swapping because I wanted to have a little more fun.
But yeah, after the game was over, I said, "Fuck it, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want."
Yeah.
And switched to every suit that I want.
Yeah.
I
do thi-
wore just the cat one for Miles, and then I wore the Amazing Spider-Man 2 one for Peter, and then I switched to like Secret Invasion Spider-Man.
Yeah, I did mostly use like movie suits and like Scarlet Spider, Spider-Punk for like Peter, and then for Miles I mostly stuck to like his classic designs, like his like upgraded suit in this game and then his suit from the Miles Morales game. I did use both the Into and Across the Spider-Verse suits, and I used his Arachnite a couple times. His Last Stand one still not Last Stand. Isn't not Last Stand. It's I forget what it's called, but he had that one. The one you get for completing the hard bop side quest. I think that suit looks great. I really like that one.
I missed the Black Widow suit. The one that you get in the first game after you beat
the Black Cat suit.
Cat.
The Black Cat
Yeah.
suit. Yeah.
I think this is called the Black Widow suit, something like that.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of. I feel like they missed a lot of like really like
Yeah.
unique.
I'm glad they kept the Miles 2020
Yeah.
suit from that's a great suit.
Yeah.
Used that in my New Game Plus for that game.
Yeah.
But it's just some missed choices. I
Yeah.
missed some of them.
There's some.
But overall, it's a fine selection.
Yeah, no, they did do a lot good in that game.
There's an added plus of there being more.
Yeah.
Like, what, over
there's
60 plus
there's
suits?
68 suits in total. Yeah.
Ooh.
68 suits. Yeah, 64 for Miles and 64 for Peter.
Lots of choices. You can't get bored.
But does that count? The
I don't know if it does.
Most of the skins counted as 3.
No. There's 68 suits. There's 34 for Peter, 34. I misspoke. There's 34 for Peter and 34 for Miles. I misspoke.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. My fault. Bad math and didn't think about it before I said
You
it.
didn't think about it.
Yeah.
What was y'all's favorite side mission? I'm talking specifically friendly neighborhood app side mission.
Okay. Harold.
Out of all 5 of them.
Yeah. Harold. Oh, no. Sorry, not Harold. The one where you go help you go to that lady who wants to be like a photographer, and she references Peter, and he gets like the first like print. He finds the first print of like his first picture, and you get that flashback moment where you get that cutscene with Jay Jonah. I had like a stupid grin on my face that entire side quest. I was like, oh, I really like this. This is really fun.
I was gonna say, Harold hit the emotional beats.
That Harold one hit different.
For such a minor character, it was really nice. But yeah, that Peter one, the photography one.
It's so good. Yeah. It hit all the right feels. Yeah,
it's really good.
I'm so happy.
And the Haley one was really good too. I really liked the Haley one.
The Haley one was really good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to play as Haley for like a short little mission. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like the little emotes that she had for reacting because she can't talk. So hey.
Yeah.
You gotta show. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Man.
But what I like about those side missions, they felt like really personal, like close Spider-Man esque side missions. They weren't like over the top or anything
like the
that.
first one you get, you help somebody find her grandpa who got lost in Central Park.
Yeah.
Like little things like that are like really fun and little ways to like explore the world.
And it's just you, Spider-Man, sitting with them. That's something Spider-Man would do.
Yeah.
Which just made it like
really
even
nice.
like
him like helping out that photographer, like get a pose, like that feels very Spider-Man to do.
Yeah.
Even like Miles helping out with like Brooklyn Visions Academy, like doing that stuff, like that feels very, Spider-Man.
Yeah, very very minor thing, but even switching over to like from Miles to Peter and then finding Peter giving someone directions, like that's awesome.
Yeah, those little details are great.
That's really small, but like that's very
it
Spider-Man.
It means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Things like that, and that turned like stuff like that. Those side missions turned out to be like my favorite stuff in that game. Some of my favorite stuff in that game. And to kind of take a shot at the people who say movie game, it's kind of like, yeah, so fucking what?
Yeah.
Even if I'm just playing the game, sitting on a bench talking to an old man, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Which I don't know, Smash. Do you have any thoughts on that with like the side quests and any of that?
I don't really. Can't really differentiate in my head what was a side quest and what was a main quest, to be honest.
Yeah, side quests were like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man missions,
Not relevant to the story whatsoever.
like that are not relevant to the story. And you just do them.
I mean, like one of them was with Miles' mom.
Oh, the hard
What do
bop.
you mean?
The hard bop side quest
Yeah.
Right.
with the museum.
I was talking more specifically like the friendly neighborhood apps, because side missions in like these games usually like they start out as main missions to transition over to tell you that they are side missions for the future.
Yep.
But in these cases, there's just side missions that you can do whenever you want.
Yeah.
They don't play into the story.
Yeah.
Those types of side missions. Kind of like Arkham City. Or Arkham games, just side missions. Hey, you can do this. Go ahead.
And they're completely optional. They don't like relate to anything at all. Yeah, there were there. I feel like there. I feel like I was missing like some of like the side quests that are like here's what this like, because we had stuff like in like the Taskmaster stuff in PS4. Like I feel like we were missing some like quests that were a little more like character related.
Yeah.
Like for me, the best side quest line in this game is the flame stuff. The stuff with the flame, I thought that was like some of the best in the game, like some of the best like side stuff in the game.
I might agree with that. Yeah.
Like I knew what it was fucking building up to. I'm not that stupid. I saw that dude for a second. I'm like, that motherfucker looks like Cletus Cassidy.
I will shamefully say I wasn't. I had no idea.
Really? So at first, when they kept saying the flame, I was like, oh, this is a cool like new villain. And then they showed him for the first time, and I'm like, that motherfucker looks and sounds like a Cletus Cassidy. You can't trick me here.
It did not click. I was kind of, I don't know, I was in the game so much that I didn't think of like my knowledge outside of the game. I was like, okay.
So what tipped me off was number one when they showed him, and I heard his voice, and I'm like, I don't know, you're not convincing me that he's not Cletus Cassidy. And then they showed him, and he was the ginger with the beard and the Hawaiian shirt, and I was like, you can't trick me, Insomniac. I know that's Cletus Cassidy. And then when he gets the red, so it clicked for you when he got the symbiote, wasn't it? Did it click?
It clicked for me.
Or did it click? Did it click with you when he said Carnage?
No, it was basically when I saw the symbiote.
Yep.
The fucking Carnage.
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which that side quest was really great. That was so nice seeing Yuri again.
Oh yeah.
And she stays around after the story's done.
I'll say Yuri, best girl.
Yuri's great. Yuri is great.
Why is she so mad at Spider-Man all of a sudden? I couldn't remember what happened.
In the DLC, she has it really bad. She had really hard against Hammerhead, and he kept like just straight killing like police officers on her duty, on her watch, and she just snapped. She couldn't take anymore, and she fucking like tapped him in the head, just straight killed him. But not really.
Yeah. She doesn't hate Spider-Man in the end of that game. It's just that leading up to this game is like she's picked up the whole thing of killing is okay. I'll do it if I have to. And Spider-Man being like
what's one life? What's one life to 500? You know, like that. That's how she feels.
Yeah, Spider-Man being the contradicting part of that is like, okay, I'm fucking tired of you.
Yeah. She was tired of Spider-Man like not making the choice to kill, to like get rid of the problem as opposed to like putting it away for a while.
Interesting enough, that wasn't really resolved in the end of this game. Like they still don't agree. So I wonder what don't agree.
Like they agreed to disagree. And at the end, when he's like, "You could have killed him and you saved me," she goes, "As far as I understand, you still do a pretty good job at saving the most people. So therefore, you stay. Cletus can wait."
Yeah, that's good because she was kind of like digging at all his ideals during that boss battle. Like, you're shit, I hate you. But now it's like, no, you're pretty cool.
But yeah, that boss gave me some struggle. She did not let up in her boss.
That was like kind of the first boss I fought after Sandman, like proper boss.
I think so too. They don't really give you a lot of bosses after Sandman.
Yeah.
I think that was also like the first boss I fought after Sandman, unless there was another one that I can't remember.
Yeah, that might have been it for me too. So it was like kind of like, oh, okay, I'm bossing now, cool. Why is she so fucking hard?
Yeah. It's like, damn, who taught this girl how to teleport?
All right, you're right. I love her hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Are we gone through all of the gameplay stuff we can talk about, or is there more to say that we can think of? Any random thoughts from you guys?
I think it's really lame that playing as Miles, you can't run into Peter in the combat sections.
I'm pretty sure you can. Like you have to. You have to. There's no way you can't. Maybe after the
I've
story you
instances
can't.
of it happening.
Yeah. Maybe after the story you can't, but there's no way like in the story you can't. There's no way.
Yeah, well, Sebastian, did that happen to you? Did you run into Peter as Miles?
I mean, I know there's like scripted times, but I have seen him. Like one time when I switched characters, they swapped next to each other, and I just kind of like followed him around for a little bit.
Okay. What about combat encounters, like crime?
I didn't do any crimes. I just kind of followed him, and then I got too close to a main mission.
I tried to find it, but I just couldn't. I tried to find like parts where Peter's gonna pop up with Miles, but that just never
There
happened.
are a lot.
It was always Yuri.
Yeah. A lot of the time. What were you doing it after the story?
No, I was doing it all the time. Every time that I could as Miles.
But another thing, and the thing about Miles is that a lot of the times you're playing the story and you're doing crimes, there are moments, like specifically when you're playing as Miles, it feels like those moments, Peter is actually off doing something, not just like swinging around the city doing crimes.
I mean,
where Miles actively is like in the city doing things.
I don't know about that because it can just be a case of I'm playing as Peter. Okay, now I'm playing as Miles. Where the fuck is Peter?
Yeah.
Because in that same vein, I can like play Peter, just walking around, and crime mission. Okay, hey Miles, let's fuck shit up, and then I decide, hey, I'm gonna switch into Miles, and then run around for a little bit, do a few crimes. No Peter.
Yeah. There has to be a way to run into Peter as Miles.
And I haven't even seen it as anybody else.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to run into Peter after the story's done, though. I wouldn't think so.
Well, you can still play as Peter after the story is done, so...
Yeah. But, like, for story connotations, like, I don't think there can't be a way. If that ending meant what I thought it meant.
I mean, he's not retired, just, hey, take some time off.
I assume it just means he's easing up.
Yeah, just ease up. I got this. See, there's two Spider-Man now. Yeah. But like that's already contradicted by the fact that you can play as Peter. So it's like
But also they do that because in case you didn't get everything and some stuff is Peter locked.
All they had to do was have him say like at the end of the cutscene he'll be like, I got a couple things to wrap up. Like, if you don't have 100%, all they have to do is add a line where he's like, I gotta wrap some stuff up first, though. And then it makes sense why you're playing as Peter again.
And doesn't he say a line like that at the end of the first Spider-Man game? He says that, a line like that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, after the story's done. I think he literally has a line, he's like, Otto's dealt with, but there's still some stuff in the city to deal with.
That happens in Arkham City.
Yeah.
Where, like, there's still work to do in Arkham City. It was Catwoman.
Yeah. Also, on the side, did you guys see like how much you can do in the photo mode?
I tested out photo mode like once. Yeah.
But I feel like there is stuff to do for sure, and I will.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot.
The background, the costume, the time. I think. You could put like a light orb of any color to like light up the picture, like with whatever lighting you want.
No, that's definitely something like that. I will
you can
experiment
go
with.
Crazy with it.
Yeah.
Down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing with not running to Peter as Miles, like that was kind of lame, but it is what it is. I guess.
I just feel like that can't be true. Like you're saying you didn't experience it, but I feel like that can't be true. Not that you didn't experience it, but that it doesn't exist. I feel like there's no way.
Well, I don't know. After 27 hours, I thought I would have found it by now, especially with how often I ran into Miles and Yuri as Peter.
Yeah.
And how often I ran into Yuri as Miles. Never Peter. That was so
I
strange.
only ran into Yuri after the story was over.
Well, apparently you can run into Harry. But that didn't happen to me.
You can run into Harry?
Yeah, I saw a video on Twitter where Harry popped up.
Like as Venom?
Yeah, as Agent Venom.
No shit.
Wow.
Huh.
So
see, you definitely have to run into Miles. You definitely have to run into Peter at some point.
I feel like you can't, but like, damn, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, where the fuck would you be able to run into Agent Venom? That's crazy. I didn't even hear about that.
Also getting to it early, but Agent Venom really caught me off guard.
Yeah, that caught me
It
off
made me-
guard.
It made me wonder if Harry was actually gonna be Venom.
Well,
I was like-
that never turned off in my mind for a little
There
bit.
was no
but
doubt in my goddamn
There was
mind.
no
I
doubt
knew
in my
that.
mind. Yeah.
I knew
that
that
he was
was
gonna
coming.
be
I saw Agent Venom. I was like, are they really gonna somehow make Eddie Brock show up all of a sudden?
Well, Eddie Brock is confirmed to be.
Yeah, Eddie Brock does.
exist.
Eddie Brock does exist in this universe. We know that much.
And Peter does know him.
Yeah. Yeah. But he also says that they're on good. They were good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, him
They're
and Eddie
friends.
Brock were good. They were friends. Yeah.
I mean, so was Harry.
Yeah, but Venom's gone. Venom's done.
Yeah, the Venom symbiote is gone. Yeah. The only one that still exists in the world right now is Carnage.
I don't think they're gonna turn Eddie into Carnage. So.
No, they're definitely gonna go full Cletus Cassidy.
Which wonder is second to
I
be
mean,
DLC? New game.
If they're doing
I don't know.
something like if they're doing something like Null, they very much could bring Venom back.
That's another thing. Are they gonna go full null? Because if they're gonna go full null, it's gonna get real weird real fast.
What is full null?
Null is so you know how the symbiotes come from a different planet, right? They're a different race, a different
He's the
species.
Right.
symbiote. He's the
Null
symbiote
is a
of
symbiote
God.
like God, and he's insanely powerful. Like there was a whole symbiote war and like secret war with symbiotes. That's how you get like
And
the
I guess he
nullified Miles,
he
and
has-
that's how you get like Scream and like all of like the Venom stuff.
Well, in
He
that
has, like, a
case,
crazy sword or something.
I think it's safe to say that we are past the symbiote stuff. I think we're gonna go straight into the.
Well,
Green
I
Goblin.
don't think so because they very they left the
Did you see
Carnage thing right
No,
there on the
well,
table.
Okay, Carnage.
Well,
that's
they-
the exception.
They interviewed Insomniac and they said if Spider-Man 1 and Miles were Iron Man and something, and Spider-Man 2 was Civil War.
Yeah,
he
we
said,
saw
how
the
do-
same
he's
we
like,
saw the same
how do
interview.
we-
That was
how do
at
we
the Friends
step
Per
it up
Second
from
podcast.
there?
They were asked,
So,
where
if
do you
they're
go?
They're gonna go bigger than they did with this. That's kind of what they got to do.
Yeah.
Or like, was it Maximum Carnage?
Yeah, you could do
But
Maximum
that's kinda
Carnage.
That's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but then where do you get how do you bring back Venom? That's the thing to do Maximum Carnage.
It'd be kind of interesting if they did Maximum Carnage.
Where
and
Venom and
maybe-
Peter
and
work
they-
together to be Carnage.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man, it might be a little bit more difficult than with Batman. But if they did a Maximum Carnage and pushed it to like M,
Mhm.
then that would be interesting. But
So-
I don't think there's any way they make an M-rated Spider-Man game.
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I just don't see the possibility of that happening for the symbiotes coming back. At least to that extent.
Yeah, I feel like if they want to do Null, they totally can, but they have to be very careful with how they do Null.
That'll be quite the jump. won't it?
Yeah. Because they took a leap with this one, like by actually
Where were the
like
Avengers?
I was gonna say.
that's a good Where were they?
Where were any of the billion New York superheroes?
Yeah, where was Doctor Strange? We know he's there. We know he's
Yeah.
there.
We heard Wong. Wong
We didn't hear
spoke.
Wong. We didn't hear
Yeah,
Wong.
we did. Oh no, we saw a note from.
Yeah, we saw a
him.
note
note.
from Wong.
So clearly he's around.
Yeah. Big mistake
Yeah.
was to establish the Avengers that they existed.
Yeah,
Big mistake.
big
It's
mistake.
like, where the fuck are they?
Because now you have to ask the question: where the fuck were the Avengers
Like,
when
it
the entire
was-
world was threatened and you left it all
wa-
to fucking
It
Spider-Man?
was questionable. It was questionable
mean-
in the first game with Devil's Breath. It was
Yeah.
it was still questionable in Miles Morales, where the reactor was gonna fucking destroy Harlem.
Yeah, the
And it's even more
Roxxon, the
Yeah.
Roxxon reactor. Yeah.
and it's
You could
worse
argue
now.
they didn't know that, but I mean, I guess. I mean, it only was
The
kind
Roxxon
of
thing was also
the
targeting-
world was only like that for like, right?
What?
What?
How long was the city like venomized?
Well,
It was like a
not even-
day.
even-
It was like a
It
day.
could have been longer than a day.
Yeah,
no,
it was definitely like a day. No, it was not many more than like a couple days.
I think so.
It definitely was not.
Yeah,
If you look at the actual like time of day, you do not spend any more than like technically a day in Venomized City. Because like the city gets venomized, and then you maybe are there for like a little while, and then it gets to night, and then the venom symbiote shit is over. You are not there for any longer than like a day.
Also, why are there still symbiote crimes?
Yes, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's another
why? We
question.
destroyed all of them.
Why? We destroyed the bases. We destroyed the nests.
Why are you bringing the worst enemy in the game?
Worst enemy?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't know what's worse.
I thought the standard criminals were worse
Oh,
because they're just boring.
I just thought the symbiote ones were like really frustrating to fight sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's really it. It's not about how cool they are. They're just frustrating. And I might just prefer regular enemies at that point because they fit more into the part of, hey, there's no more symbiotes if we fucking destroy them all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, where are the Avengers?
Yeah. Where were the Avengers?
Like not even just the symbiotes, like fucking Kraven, like fucking wrecking the shitty apart and shit.
Yeah. But like, yeah, no, that as soon as like the fucking symbiote shit started, and it's like, oh no, that the world is actually in danger, and not just New York City. It's like, oh.
I don't know. The Avengers are like doing their fucking monthly orgy or something
Yeah.
somewhere else, like the boys.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I guess.
hey,
Yeah, might
talk
as
about
well,
the story, I guess, right?
yeah, you might as well jump into the story.
While you guys are transitioning to that, I'm gonna head off to bed.
Okay.
Getting late.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, no problem.
See ya.
No
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Good night. All right,
Oh,
just
yeah.
us now.
Yeah, just us now, so we can talk about the story.
Yeah, not that bit. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I do wanna say, game might have peaked early for me. Probably not like just like story reasons. Like there's more impactful moments later on down the line.
Yeah.
But like that salmon section was kind of perfect.
Yeah. I wouldn't
opening,
go
yeah.
out to say it peaked early. I would definitely say it definitely had some slower points in the back half. I think the last like third of it is like, okay, yep, we're getting to it. We're getting to the end. I definitely wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it peaked early, but I would agree that it got very stressful, or not stressful, but like very like, all right, let's get to it by the end.
Get to it. Yeah, by the end I was like, okay, you know what? Kind of done already. But I'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But the game's story was interesting, to say the least. I feel like it didn't quite live up to the possibilities, the potential that it had. It's kind of safe, I'd say.
Sure.
But not only that, it's not a very strong Miles Morales story. Peter really does overtake him in this game. He has like
Okay.
the most payoffs, the most emotional beats. Miles is not by a long shot, but he's almost kind of an afterthought in the main story, just for the fact that his stuff isn't as strong as Peter's. What do you have to say about that?
I disagree on almost everything, but that Peter overtakes it. I think Miles's story very much leads into be greater together. Miles is very much needed for this story. Everything leads in. I feel like everything leads in a way. Everything is affected in one way or another by those two. Like a lot of the problems that are happening in this game are due to either miscommunication between the two Spider-Men, or Miles' own journey. Because, like, there are moments where it's like, okay, why would Miles not be directly available for the situation? Right, because they didn't talk to each other, and now Miles is, like, blowing off some steam somewhere else. Like, I think there is reasons for Miles not being so present in the story. But I think what he has, I think it works really well, especially delving into, like, what he's about, his community, his family. Like, all of that matters to him, especially when you consider that he's an 18-year-old Spider-Man. He's a 17-year-old Spider-Man. Of course, what's on his mind is not going to be as grand as, like, what's Peter's going on in his life, especially since, yes, Peter's story does overtake it. Absolutely. I 100% agree on that. Like, yeah, Peter's storyline and the dynamic between him, Harry, and MJ is, like, the center of the story. But I think at the very, very deep core, it is about Miles and Peter and what they're going through and, like, their struggles with, like, their balance. Not so much their responsibility, but their balance. And I do think what Miles has was work. I think it is strong, especially with his stuff with Martin Lee and his relationship with his mother, and, like, how he's, like, going through his life, like, figuring out with Haley his college acceptance essay, or not an acceptance essay, but his, like, admission essay, trying to balance, like, what does Miles need, and what does Miles have to do as Spider-Man. I think that's, like, really well explored with Miles. But also part of that is because a lot of it is explored through side quests, not as much the main story.
Yeah, no, I was just not as heavily invested to Miles' story. While all of that is true, all that stuff is there. Yeah, I didn't say that he was irrelevant to the story. It's just that I wasn't all that strong to his payoffs, other than the Martin Lee stuff. But that's mostly because of Lee himself. I love his redemption arc by the end of the story, or how he is trying to be better and is going to try to make up for it. I love that shit with Martin Lee. But the Miles, yeah, I just I wasn't all that heavily invested into his stuff because of how much Peter overtook the story. Even if he may have, blended in well. Like, I don't think there's a whole issue with miscommunication or anything like that. Anything you mentioned, I don't think he's personally irrelevant to the story or anything like that. It's just Peter just had the stronger payoffs, basically, like, involving a lot of stuff from the beginning of the game to, like, the ending of the game. And Miles just felt like he was kind of in the side of most of that stuff. But he was an MVP throughout the game a bunch. Like, he had to save Peter's worthless ass at times a lot in this game.
If Miles wasn't there, he would have killed Kraven, and he would have not gotten rid of the symbiote.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Miles was absolutely necessary. Like, Miles is the one to pull Peter out of this shit a lot.
Is that a criticism? People say he was necessary?
No, where are you getting this from? I didn't say that he was.
You said right now that he was absolutely necessary. And, like, who is someone saying that he isn't?
No.
Okay.
No, I was just saying it. I was not pointing out to other people.
It sounds like it's a contentious, like, thing. Like,
no,
people are saying that.
No. And if they are, play the game.
No, I don't think anyone's saying that.
To bounce on the miscommunication thing, I think it's not necessarily just specific to Miles. I think it is a through line in this game. There are many points where if these characters properly communicated their feelings, there'd be a lot less issues. Particularly, like, with MJ, who I think is a much more fleshed out and reasonable character in this game. I thought I much preferred the way MJ is represented in this game than in Spider-Man PS4, and I didn't even like hate her in PS4. I did not. A lot of people hated her. I was very indifferent to MJ in that game. But no, I much liked her more in this game.
When it comes to her, I did not like the fact that so during Peter's big symbiote rampage, and her knowing that he himself wasn't under the right mind, that this suit was fucking up with him, I didn't like how she, being someone who is all for the truth, decided to post a story that isn't very accurate to Spider-Man himself, to Peter, when she knew that Peter himself wasn't in the right mind. He's kind of under mind control, something like that, and she knew that, and she posted that story.
She also did it because she needed to keep the job. She needed to keep the job, and also she acknowledges like she was doing all this for a job she doesn't even like, but she has to do it because that's what she feels like she has to do to support everything. Because she needed a better job to help with the house, Aunt May's house, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand, like, why she posts that article. Is it necessarily right? What she says is right? No. But I understand why she does that.
I just don't think the game, like, kind of acknowledges the fact that she fucked up enough.
I think it kind of does in the Scream boss fight.
Like what?
Like, she does acknowledge a bunch of that shit, and then Peter goes like, "Oh God, that's how I made you feel. Oh shit, I'm so sorry." And then she kind of goes like, she starts to be like, not all of that shit," and then it kind of gets cut off.
Hold on, is it really the job that she like, or is it just that the man she's working with? Because she all she wanted to do was be like a well-known.
Yeah, she wanted to be a reporter of the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems to be like the man she works for.
Well, she decided to work for Jonah. Yeah.
Hmm?
She decided to work for Jonah.
Yeah, she decided to work for the.
Well, for the Bugle.
She was working for the best news company. She was fine with it until Jonah came in.
Yep.
Came back in. That was kind of the big issue.
And Jonah just wanted her to write like like drama controversy pieces, which like she did not like doing at all.
Yeah, but I don't think the game really kind of gives her any consequences to that fact. She kind of just because I was caught free at that point. Like, yeah. Doesn't really apologize to Peter either.
For specifically that, or in general, because she does kind of apologize to him after the boss fight.
What? What did she say? Just to remind me.
She just kind of starts to like acknowledge like, hey, like not everything I like said, like that wasn't entirely me. Like she does start to be like I need you. Like she literally says I need you. Like she does have some moments where it's acknowledging that not everything Scream was saying was fully true. Because even like Pete, as of like in the symbiote, says some shit that's actively false. Like remember when he's right after he has like his little piss baby moment where he's like why don't you pop more pills and say what you really feel? Which goddamn, yeah, bully Lowenthal, yeah, as people are calling him, they're calling him Bully Lowenthal. Yeah. But yeah, he has that moment where he's like web winging in the air, and he's like this and like this and this, and he goes, "I'm gonna lose May's house because of Craven," and he said that, and I'm like, that's not true. Like that's not why you're gonna lose the house at all. Yeah. I was like, why did you say that, Peter?
Yeah, I think what that is, Peter apologized for all of that.
Yeah, but none of some of that's
he even apologized to fucking Rio.
Yes. He did apologize to Rio. Which I didn't even know Rio knew that he was Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, she probably would have,
They just never had a moment where, like, that was...
No, there's not much with them.
Yeah, there's not much of a moment where it's, like, acknowledged that she knows he's Spider-Man. Yeah. I did think that was a little weird.
But yeah, he apologized to her. All he did was just shout at her.
Yeah.
He's a very apologetic person.
Yeah.
But with like MJ, who said more hurtful things to him as Scream, even if she didn't mean them. It was kind of like, damn, Peter, I'm so sorry. Not even that. So, I think MJ is Insomniac's sacred cow. They love her so much in both games. But symbiote stuff. So I liked it. I just wish there was more of it.
You get it a bit too late.
Yeah, get it way too late, and there's.
I don't want to say way too late. I want to say a bit too late because you get it at like the midpoint of the game, and then like a few hours later, it's gone.
There's not a whole lot of Peter being violent. He's an asshole. Just not enough.
It amplifies his negative emotions, and it makes him think he's a better Spider-Man because of it.
But
they got that pretty down.
Yeah, they got it pretty down. There's just I don't think there's just enough. There's enough of it, and I don't think a lot of that is even translated that well into gameplay.
Yeah,
like other than the
symbiote like, the symbiote surge,
which you just have in the end of the game too.
Yeah,
there's just not much to it. It's not like Web of Shadows where switching to the symbiote suit completely changes your combat style.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you just in this game, Spider-Man 2, you fight the same way as you fight as regular Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Which became strange to me when you watch the Danica cast, her podcast.
Yeah, the Danica cast, yeah.
Yeah, when she came in and started talking about this new Spider-Man, how violent he is. Which, first of all, how the fuck did you get that footage from
I don't think she ever said that he was violent. It was just like that he was just weird. He was being like...
Well, she was talking about... Well, they got footage, right? So...
No. I don't remember this podcast you're talking about. I feel like I didn't get all of the podcasts. Because I got the one after the showcase level. He has big teeth, so do I. I got a podcast bit after that, but nothing about the Emily May Foundation. Never got anything.
Yeah, she talks about how the Emily May Foundation got destroyed and how there was footage of Spider-Man like fucking shit up, being violent, and I'm there like, this feels like little narrative dissidence because I can play this exact same way as the anti-venom suit, and where's the controversy there? Where's the, oh my god, Spider-Man, he's so brutal, he's terrible, oh my god. Where's that when I have the anti-venom suit and I'm doing the exact same thing? You know? That feels really strange to me. Or is it during the Venom search? Because I'm doing the exact same thing, the exact same thing afterwards.
I think it's also the point in the story that it comes in, because when you get the anti-venom suit, you're doing that to symbiotes.
Yeah, but you can use it. Also, you're not only those are symbiotes, but there are also people in there. So regardless of that, you are using the Venom Search and you're hitting people inside of those suits.
I think it's just the problem that they didn't differentiate any of the animations between the anti-venom and the symbiote.
Yeah,
you are literally doing the same thing.
The same thing. You are being as violent as you are being in when you're the Black Suit Spider-Man, which is the same thing and is a bad thing, I guess.
Yeah, because I think when it's in the black suit, it totally works because he is being like incredibly, and I guess he's being very violent. He's being very rough. And he's very angry. And honestly, I think it works. I just think it's literally what, to your point, I guess. I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but like to your point, like that only takes form when you get the anti-venom suit.
It's kind of shit. Like the only way that translated into him being like really violent during combat is just him talking shit.
Yeah,
that's really it.
He was saying some vile shit to the lizard.
Yeah, but like, other than that, it's the same thing. I don't understand why. Also, all we get from like the public perspective is just the Danicast.
Jonah cast. Jonah says stuff, too.
That's all we get. It's just them. It would have been cool if we, like, as Spider-Man went out to the city and people were like scared of him actively.
I mean, maybe
Or,
there
like,
is because the people on the street do say shit, but you have to stop and get on and walk on the street for possibly
I
that to
know
happen.
that was already in the first game. People
Yeah.
talking shit about you or people being nice to you. It was so there's always like the cool thing about both games is that there's always the public of different people. So that's there even before you get a symbiote suit. Best commentary about it was probably like fighting the cult, the fire cult, where they comment on you having the suit. So that was neat, I'll say. But you could have done something like switching from Miles to Peter while he has the black suit. You could have had a different transition because he does the same thing even with the black suit. He's still being friendly, like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Or he's in the rooftop doing push-ups or whatnot. Yeah, yeah. I didn't feel like there was enough with the black suit for him to do, for yeah, for things for him to do as this corrupted Spider-Man, violent Spider-Man. Not even it wasn't well translated into combat, and there wasn't much of it in the story.
Yeah. And I think part of that is like the pacing of the game is weird. I think the pacing of the story is weird. It feels like it takes its time very early on and then moves at like a breakneck pace after that.
Really, the second Craven came in. Yeah, kind of like probably like the first Craven encounter. The game moved.
Yeah. Which, okay. I'm gonna give you my criticism of the story. Craven's a shitty villain.
Ooh.
He has nothing to him. I found him incredibly, like, he has presence when he's there, but I felt like he had nothing, like no depth to him really at all. Or if he did, none of it was represented through the story because he's not featured enough. He's not present enough. You mostly just deal with his hunters. And the only couple times you really deal with him is when you're Peter in the symbiote suit and then when you're Venom. I feel like he wasn't well represented, really. Like, I feel like there's a lot more depth to that character than what they showed of him. Because really all they show is that, like, he's a man biding his time and he wants to go out the way he wants to go out. And he doesn't really care for the value of life. He just wants to hunt. And he wants to die in a hunt. I feel like there was nothing really to that character outside of that in this story, in this particular story. I feel like he just kind of got lost a little bit. Even though he's like the villain for like 70% of it. I don't know, especially when I compare it to like the way the villains were represented in even like shit, even in Miles Morales. Like, Finn as the Tinkerer is a very kind of weak villain, but at least I understand her motives, and like I fully I know what that character's about. I know what motivates her. I know what like was going on with her, even if like her herself is kind of weak. Like, it's all very basic, but at least I understood what who that character was, and I got everything about her. I feel like I did not get that same treatment with Venom, or not with Venom, with Kraven. And even more so when you think about Martin Lee and Otto Octavius in the first game. I'm assuming you do not agree.
Nope. No, he's easily my favorite character in the game. I find him to be quite cool, and just just the way you put it, a man biding his time who wants to go out the way he wants to go out. Like, I think that in itself is a pretty cool idea, and just the way he goes about it is interesting. Just using all his wealth, all his power, all that he can to find the perfect challenger for him, to give him that moment, and then just to see him tear so easily through some of Spider-Man's biggest threats.
Yeah, that was cool. He has presence very early on.
Yeah, that is
an actual threat.
yeah, that establishes him very well as a very big threat, and the fact that he one-shot Spider-Man
Yep.
immediately after catching him because he doesn't think he's worth his time,
Yeah.
but then suddenly gaining acknowledging him after the fact that he gets the black suit. It's like, okay, he's seeking something. Like the idea, I like the trope of a guy seeking the perfect death, the perfect way to go out, the way he wants to go out. I like the idea already, like for a bunch of characters, and I just like the way like this guy was executed for this one. Just how little he values anything else other than what he wants. And especially being a guy who has a very big reputation, being a well-known hunter, having pupils, people that work under him, having a family line of hunters. Some even ones that cool about that is that he even wants them to overtake him, but they're not good enough. So fuck it, you're worthless to me. That's so pretty interesting to me, and how it's done. And of course, he being my favorite boss fight.
Yeah, he's a pretty good boss.
Although it's one strange thing about him, harder.
Yeah.
Why did I have him say that?
I don't know why they chose that particular word for that moment.
What were they thinking?
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. You know, I saw it differently. I felt Craven to be very bland in terms of like what this character can actually be represented as. Because and like if you like look at like Craven's last hunt, there is plenty of material there to fully delve into that character, and I think because that they were also trying to tell a symbiote story, they let Craven fall by the wayside a little bit.
Well, this thing seems to take a lot of that story too. Just with the added factor of Craven having ended up being a better Spider-Man than Spider-Man himself while he was buried. He won in the end. That was like the point of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, this thing, the difference between that is that Craven wanted to find his last perfect hunt, that being Spider-Man, a man that he systematically tore down. He beat him in combat, he buried him alive, and then he took his job for a little bit. He became a Spider-Man for a little bit, and he was better at him. Yeah.
They don't really do that in this game.
Yeah, they don't do that. What they
don't
do
do
is very
that.
they don't do that, but what they do is very different. But
Yeah, I'm okay with it being different.
It is the idea of a man in the last steps of his remaining days, wanting to do what he wanted, trying to find fulfillment in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like Craven in this game.
Yeah, well, agree to disagree. I did not really enjoy that character much.
I wonder what Sebastian thinks.
Yeah, I just wish he was featured more prevalently in the story. Like you hear a lot about him, I feel like he's not present enough. Considering he is like the headlining act throughout like 70% of this game. Because Venom doesn't come in until like the back third. Like they really wait to give you Venom.
They really do.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Venom? How did you feel about Venom?
I liked Venom. I felt a little unsatisfied with Venom. But what I did get of him, I did enjoy.
Same.
Yeah. But I did feel I felt a little unsatisfied. Especially because they do some shit with Venom where I'm like, holy shit, they did more Venom than like even the fucking movies did. Like when he kills Craven.
Yeah, that's a given.
And I was like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
I was like, they actually fucking went there and they just went for it. Like, that's great. And Tony, like, there's some dude. Let's gush about this for a second. MJ, run. Yeah. Whoa. Am I alone in that? That gave me fucking chills. Like, I actually got freaked out for a second when that happened.
Everyone thinks I'm the problem. I'm the solution.
Yep. Yeah. And Craven. Kill Craven.
Yeah.
And then when he actually like, goes full Venom and he's like, MJ. Yeah, like, shit like that. I was like, ooh.
Show them what he's missing.
Yep, show them what he's missing. When Venom comes out a little bit in like the Peter boss fight.
Yeah.
So much great shit with like Venom in this game. It's like Tony Todd did such a great job playing Venom.
He killed it, but he didn't do as good a job as Yuri Lowenthal.
Holy
Holy shit, man.
Dude. There's so many line deliveries from fucking Yuri where it was like...
Killed it in this game, man.
Yeah. He killed it. Laura Bailey also... Like, the entire cast fucking kills it. Let's just be up front.
Yeah, but
the entire cast kills it. But Yuri and Najee... Yuri and Najee are like the standouts. Especially Yuri.
Yeah.
They're so fucking good.
Yeah, this is me a confident. I hope he wins.
I hope he wins. I really hope he wins, man.
Like Christopher Judge. Yeah, he's like that. Exactly.
Just give it to Yuri. Just please give it to Yuri.
I do not. No one else give it to Yuri. He deserves it.
Yep. Because he lost so hard for Spider-Man 2018. Just fucking give it to him already. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves it.
Yeah, but to get into like some of that potential that I think the game had, but like didn't capitalize on, the villains, they were just kind of killed off screen, huh?
Yeah, Scorpion's the only one killed on screen.
Yeah, but they killed Shocker. Peace bastards. I
didn't even know Shocker was gone. I didn't even know he was dead. I knew Scorpion and Vulture were gone.
Yeah.
And possibly Rhino too.
Yeah, I don't think we saw anything from Rhino.
Yeah, I don't think they confirmed anything from Rhino.
But yeah, they killed Shocker. Damn it! Why was like upset about that? Like legitimately, like Electro's dead too.
Yeah, and Electro's probably dead too.
No, he's dead. Like you saw his pieces in the zoo.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I was looking around to see if I could find Rhinos, but no, he was not there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just kind of killed off screen, and like, stuff like, what I liked about the reveal trailer, was the screen that showed New York and like all the people that were there who could be a challenge to him, and they're like, okay, so surely some of them are gonna work together. He's gonna meet some of them, but like, nah,
no,
it was just kind of Craven. It was just Craven with the spider people, Black Howitzer for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
What a fucking waste of a Black Cat.
Yeah. But she did give a pretty cool chase sequence.
Yeah, sure, that was nice.
Yeah, really impressive sequence.
I don't understand why it was Miles with her. I know they told
yeah,
us why.
they did explain why.
I don't buy it.
Yeah. I get it's like fucking Peter gets blindsided by her, gets a little lost in it. Miles doesn't have that connection, so he could keep himself straight.
Peter going, she won't trust me. Why? Yeah. All you did for her in like the DLC was help her.
Yeah.
Why you shouldn't trust her? Yeah, I didn't get it. And there's just no connection between Black Cat and Miles, so I just didn't feel the connection there. It should have been Peter doing the whole thing. It would have been really funny, a scene where she goes, my girlfriend's in Paris, and it's like, oh, your girlfriend, oh, okay, something like that, something that makes him like flustered. Which, hey, Black Cat is in the game. Peter had the symbiote suit. They didn't have them flirt with each other.
Nope. Actually, I don't think he had the. Did he have the symbiote suit when?
No, not during that time. I'm just saying, like, this is a game where you have Black Cat and Spider-Man in the symbiote suit, and you didn't do anything there.
Yeah.
Because the thing about Black Cat is that she gives into Peter's most like worst habits, which is him like letting loose and doing whatever the fuck he wants. With the symbiote suit, it's like, oh, you can do something there, damn it. That's what I'm saying. They didn't do enough with the symbiote suit, and it only gave us like 8 minutes of Black Cat. She could have been in the whole game. You could have played as Black Cat, but I think they figured that if they have Black Cat in the game, she might overshadow MJ, and they'd be right. And just a Prowler.
Prowler's retired. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Part of his
really like
parole.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Aaron Davis as a character in this game too. I'm sad, disappointed that there wasn't a payoff afterwards where he like puts on the suit to help people during the whole symbiote thing. Which I felt the thing with that is that
I don't
it's
see
basically
that as a payoff. There was no build up to that. There was no setup for that at all.
It's just I'm to clarify. He say put the Prowler behind them, but what if you use the Prowler to help people? Just something different with the Prowler.
Yeah.
It built up to that.
He could have, but that's not what they did. They didn't set up that at all.
What do you think I'm complaining about? Yeah, I'm upset they didn't do that.
Parole.
I'm upset that they didn't do that. Yeah. That's my thing. There's potential, but they didn't do it. Something they could have done more to involve more characters into the story, to help them do stuff in the end of the game, where it feels like it'd be more fitting, like the whole symbiote thing. Like Tombstone. But it's done something with him in the ending, like in the final acts of the game. Helping people, second chances, which is kind of like one of the themes in this game, huh?
Yeah, and they do it a lot. Chances. They do it quite a few times.
They do it, just not enough for like people like Tombstone, Prowler. Martin Lee, good job. I like what it did with Martin Lee. He was doing the stuff that I was talking about, but I think that could have been done with other characters. La Black Cat.
Yeah, I guess I understand that.
There's just potential, just not enough. Didn't do it.
I just don't necessarily know if that's like actual like issues or more so what you wanted to see.
Definitely what I wanted to see, for sure. But as an issue, I do think they didn't do enough for like stuff that I mentioned, like the black suit and Felicia Hardy.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So I'm assuming you don't think the story is very good at all.
Oh no, I think it's good. I don't think it's great, amazing even. I just think it's pretty good. Like I said, safe.
Yeah. I was surprised by how much I really felt bad for Harry. There were a lot of moments where I was like,
surprised?
Well, because I didn't know how they were going to ride that line, because it could be very easy to either make Harry overly sympathetic or make you as the player feel jealous.
Well, what helped?
Because he comes in and kind of just steals all the attention away.
Yeah. Thing is, this is like the best. The thing is, this is like the best person I've ever seen Harry be.
Yeah.
In anything ever.
Like this is the best. Yeah. No, I would be inclined to agree. This is like the best person Harry could be. He's genuinely like selfless and wants to do good despite like his circumstances.
Yeah, something of note, what I found really cool is that he is the one that is upset the most out of the Emily May Foundation going down into flames.
Yeah.
Well,
he genuinely looks like distraught.
Yeah.
Like that this was like his, like all he felt he had left, and it's gone. Which why he has like he has genuine reason to be like fucking hateful towards Craven.
And he was a little upset that that Peter didn't seem to care that much.
Yeah. Because Peter's like the very optimist, like, hey, we're still here, we can still make this work.
Well, a reason that I took out of that is that Peter wasn't exactly being himself because he had the symbiote at that time. So
yeah, he did have the symbiote at that time, so he wasn't.
So his only priority was Harry.
Was Harry. Yeah. Was Harry okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like, again, if there was just like the communication, like, it could have been made very clear. I mean, of course, it's like even if the things are said, like Peter's still not in the right mind. But it feels like if there could have been something said there. But you get enough of it. Like you get enough for like Harry to work.
Yeah.
I do think it's a very. I think part of that comes down to the problem that there just isn't a whole lot of like the symbiote, like the black suit on Peter, and like or enough like the relationships to change for like some of his outbursts.
Yeah.
Like Harry has that. Harry has that outburst right before he becomes Venom. Where I was like, I get like you're really sick, dude, and you're probably very upset because a lot of your life has been given back to you and then taken away. What the fuck was that outburst about, though?
Yeah, you know what was so odd to me? Why was he so mad with the whole Peter and Norman thing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's ever an instance in this game where Norman is like disappointed in Harry or like doesn't like look at him as the best son he could have. He loves him all the way through.
Yeah. Maybe a bit too like he's a bit possessive.
Yeah, a bit possessive over him, and I'm just like, when he said, "I'm so proud of you, Peter," I'm like, why are you upset over that?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
I mean, part of it could just be the negative, because you also remember he had the symbiote, and Connors explains later that some of that doesn't leave. So it's very possible that he could have still had some of that in him, amplifying his emotions.
But strange, but like the thing is, Harry was okay with the suit. Like he was having like pretty positive reactions all the way through, and he had it on the most. Yeah.
But that's also how it was for Peter at first. He was okay, and then shit just kept happening. But it all escalated very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the only emotional outburst that he had was when Peter died, because of the with the symbiote suit and himself making him angry. That was the only thing we had. But other than that, Harry was fine.
Mm-hmm.
He was good with the suit on.
Yeah.
So it's just that did feel really strange to me, because I guess they had to. I don't want to give them many excuses, because I think it is a really strange thing in their part. But like, this is why Eddie Brock works as Venom.
Yeah.
Because he was wrong. He was done wrong by Peter and Spider-Man.
Yep.
They did him dirty.
Yeah. Well, he's also just done dirty by fucking everyone. Like.
Yeah, everyone did him dirty.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man was like the center of it all too.
Yeah.
So of course, like, you understand why he's mad.
Yeah. And then the symbiote is already fucking pissed at Peter for taking him off.
Mm-hmm. Betraying him.
Yeah. Which they got that in this game. They got that like down pat.
Yeah, but the suit is more mad at Miles than Peter.
Yeah.
You took me off, and you piece of shit. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. And...
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was strange. I didn't get it, but I did enjoy like the payoff of Harry getting the suit back.
Yeah.
And then rampaging through the fucking Oscorp.
Yeah. That was good shit.
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah.
Just for the spectacle alone, it was, man, it was what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
I told you. I was like, hey, remember Doc Ock? He was a surprise in Spider-Man PS4. So hey, maybe this will be a surprise where you can play as Venom.
Yeah, and we did. We got to play as him for one mission.
Play as Venom, and then the game turned into Web of Shadows.
Yeah, it sure did. So there were a couple moments of this game where I was like, what? First of it was Agent Venom. When Agent Venom first showed up, I was like, huh? I was like, we're doing Agent Venom, okay. And then those two other ones. Well, actually, there was a couple more than two, but I'm trying to. So the next big one was, not the Carnage bit, but it was oh god, why am I blanking? Like I had so I had the big like oh shit when they did Agent Venom. I was like, oh shit. The second was when it pulled back and then said, it's like, all right, we're doing the Peter boss fight. I was like, holy fuck. Third was when MJ gets thrown back by Venom, and then she comes back up and she screams. And I remember going, I was like, holy fuck is that Scream? Are we doing Scream right now? Oh my god, we're doing Scream right now.
Wait, just to wonder about that. She's pretty strong, yeah?
Scream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, in this game, she's pretty tough, pretty tough boss. Why doesn't Venom turn everyone else into a Scream-like powerhouse?
I don't know. I was full. So when he turned her into Scream, I was like, oh, we're gonna have to do a couple more of these, aren't we? No? Okay.
Yeah, why doesn't he just have a fucking whole army of, like, Scream-like powered symbiote suits? Like, we'd be done.
He never even really did that in, like, the comics either. He just had, like, a few... He had, like, Scream. There was, Oh, God. There was, Carnage.
Wait, was that even, like... I don't know. Didn't, like, Carnage create create Scream or something?
I don't know. I can't act like I know.
Like, I don't know their inception in the comic books.
Yeah, I can't sit here and give you anything because I don't know.
I'm worrying more about this game. Like, why doesn't he do that for, like, anyone else?
Yeah, I don't know. But also the symbiote that came off of her was a different color, which is another weird detail.
Well, yeah, the other enemies are different colors also. Like, patterns, I guess. So I don't know how it works. But, like, why don't you turn anyone else into a strong Scream, like, strong as them, bro? We'd be done. It's over.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Maybe it's amplified by whatever strong emotion the person is feeling. Because I know the symbiote does amplify your negative qualities or negative emotions.
And that makes you stronger too?
Yeah. I mean, shit, it made Harry strong.
Well, yeah, that was also because the symbiote was evolving too, wasn't it? It was like, wow, turning even worse.
No, I mean when he was Agent Venom.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's just him. But, yeah, probably because that's like the main suit too. That's why he's strong.
Yeah, well, Venom isn't the main symbiote. That's Venom is a symbiote.
It's just the one that he got.
Yeah, it's just the one that he
really
got.
Good.
Like, yeah, Venom is not necessarily unique among symbiotes.
But then at that point, if it's just the negative emotions, what about the person going through life worse than MJ, feeling like I want to kill the world?
God help us all.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make a lot of sense to do it.
But they did it. It made for a very great sequence. I was like, holy shit, we're really doing this right now. And then the next like jaw drop moment was Venom getting wings.
Oh yeah, what the fuck was that?
I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was playing it, and Eric was like, I don't know how he got that, but it looks sick as shit. And I'm like, it does look sick as shit. I don't understand why he's got wings right now, but it looks fucking badass.
And then I was wondering, why didn't you make enemies that have wings? You know what game did that? Web of Shadows. They have flying symbiote guys in there. But also, it's one of those things where I was like, you know how spiders don't have, like, his spiders had wings, we'd be fucked. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's got wings and we're fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, there was another moment like that, and then the last like moment that made me go, was the end credit scene.
I thought so.
Not sorry.
Wait.
Yeah, the post credits, not the mid credits. The post credits was the one.
But seriously, the other one didn't make you go,
I don't fucking get what they were going for with that one. I'm gonna be honest. I don't quite get what they were going for with Otto and Norman talking to each other. I don't
teasing the next game more, bro. We're gonna get.
Yeah, but I don't know what quite he was teasing. Because he goes, "Oh, what are you writing? The final chapter."
Oh shit!
The fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god! Wait! What if Superior Spider-Man legit?
Please no. Please no.
I thought that came into my mind. Oh, why not, bro?
Please no.
Hey, Cindy Moon is there. Hey, you know who else was there when Cindy Moon was around?
Yeah. That's another thing. That was like the last moment where I went, oh, what?
Yeah,
I was like, what? Cindy Moon?
that was so weird. At first, I was like, "Who the fuck's up?" Oh,
Yeah.
wait, Moon.
He was like,
"Oh my
and then she
god."
goes, oh, here's my daughter, Cindy. And I'm like, I was like, wait.
Wait,
I was like, wait, do you mean Cindy Moon? And they were like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you mean Cindy Moon? Okay. All right.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys are gonna do that.
Spider-Man 3, baby.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna do Cindy Moon. I am a little sad. No Gwen Stacy. I'm a little sad.
She don't exist.
As far shit, literally, as far as this universe is concerned, Gwen Stacy does not exist.
No, and this one didn't cheat on him either, so even better.
Yeah.
But hey, no, it makes sense. Peter's gonna die in Spider-Man 3, so let's fuck it. Let's do it.
You gotta stop saying that shit.
He's gonna die.
You gotta stop saying that shit. He does not have a red shirt on. All right, he's gonna ease back.
It's over. Miles is there, so he's bound to die. And now the Cindy's there. Oh boy, the replacing is coming soon. I'm telling you.
You gotta stop saying that. You gotta stop saying that.
Hey, I'll be surprised if they don't kill him.
I don't think they're gonna kill him. They didn't even kill Harry.
Yeah, that's what they see. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Also, I'm saying that because I think Ben hasn't shown up yet. They're saving that for the third game.
The only way to do Ben is to do a clone. To do a clone saga.
No. I mean like Uncle Ben.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they're saving him for the third game for like a big moment, and that's probably when he fucking dies. Peter, that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I am very interested in what they're gonna do with Cindy Moon.
Yeah, I wanna know what they're gonna do. Because if they're gonna adapt her, because here's the thing, they totally can adapt her original storyline in terms of like how she gets her powers. Because guess what, the spider that bit Peter, I think is still around. I think Norman has it, or has like the same genetically engineered spider.
You're saying original storyline like straight up page to page.
Maybe not. No, not page to page, but like
yeah, I think
the original original concept of like how she gets her powers.
Yeah, because it seems like this Cindy Moon is younger, like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely looks like she's probably like freshman.
As old as Miles, maybe.
No, Miles is 17. He's about to go off to college.
Wait, she's probably 17 too. I'm saying we didn't see her face. She's probably just really short.
I doubt that. I have a feeling she's like freshman high school.
All right.
Like I think she's got to be much younger.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. We'll eventually see.
But Cindy and Peter got bit at the same time, same day, so that's why you can't do that. You can't do it like that, page to page.
Yeah, probably not. But you can definitely do like same species of spider. Because like, because I think Norman still has the genetically engineered spiders.
Wasn't it a different spider that bit her? Which is why she got like different weird powers.
It was the same. It was the same spider.
Same one.
Yeah, same spider. That's the thing, is that she got bit by the same spider as Peter.
Yeah, but she has.
Which is why they have that stupid pheromone bullshit.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna talk about the fingertip webs. That's what I was gonna mention.
Yeah.
Because she has organic webbing.
Yeah.
Peter doesn't. That's why I thought it was a different spider.
No, it's the same spider. Yep. I mean, Miles got in this universe. Miles got bit by the same like species of spider as Peter, but it didn't give him the same abilities.
Oh, so wait, was it the same species of spider, or was it
the same? Because as far as I understand it, I mean, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check this, like the little stuff, but I think the spider that Peter got bit by was at Oscorp.
Yeah.
And Norman was making, or either that or Norman says some shit like, with a spider we made Spider-Man. So, and then Miles got bit by a spider that came off of MJ, that came from when he was in Norman's, or when she was in Norman's apartment.
Yeah.
So, it's very possible that, like, some way somehow that's another spider could bite Cindy Moon.
So yeah, hey, no Cindy Moon and Peter romance.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I like the romance. It's cool to see a spider person spider people get together. I'm fine with that.
It's already a weird concept.
What?
The fucking pheromone need to be around each other, have sex bullshit.
What? Let them fuck. Who cares? I'm just okay with them romantically. Like they play off each other very well, I think.
But not this Cindy Moon. If this Cindy Moon
not
seems to
this
be
one.
a child.
Yeah, that's what's not happening.
Keep
That's what I'm
those two
saying.
motherfuckers far away from each other.
Okay, you know they weren't gonna do that.
I mean, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna.
But
do
still, keep those two away from each other.
No, it's fine. You can let them hang out.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna mentor her, or Miles is gonna mentor her, maybe.
Yeah, Miles would probably mentor her. Yeah. I just don't know what they're gonna go from
Okay,
here.
I'm wondering, Spider-Man 3, maybe it's like Miles off in college while Peter and Cindy Moon are like still in New York doing stuff.
Maybe.
Wherever the hell Miles is, and probably like, I don't know.
He's off in Bloodhaven,
Yeah, that's
which is just New Jersey.
I was thinking about that too. During like today, like, what if Miles is like somewhere else, like in the world, doing Spider-Man stuff,
Like New
and Cindy
Jersey.
and Peter, yeah, and Cindy and Peter are like still
In New
like
York.
Peter is training Cindy,
Maybe.
but my guess is that Cindy's gonna get bitten by a spider later on in the third game,
Yeah.
unless they have DLC.
Which that's another
Probably
thing they have not said whether or not they're gonna do any DLC for Spider-Man 2.
I'm not confident on it.
I don't think they will.
No.
Which is, I'd be a little sad. But
Which
it's
although
fine.
yeah,
if they don't.
Although cool DLC idea I think is a Black Cat DLC, like playing as her.
Yeah.
Specifically why is because when with Miles, something that I thought they were doing with Miles and Felicia, why I thought they did it was because Felicia was tricking Miles into taking her into Paris so she can steal stuff there, but it doesn't seem like it. So with that thought, I thought, oh hey, you could do something with that. You could like have her like play as her in like Paris stealing shit. That'd be cool. But now it seems like they're being genuine the whole girlfriend thing.
They would probably do a Wraith DLC.
Yeah,
Where you played as Yuri.
I literally thought it was gonna be her tricking another Spider-Man again, like she did with Peter, with her son.
Yeah.
Because she said it in the same tone she did with Peter.
Yeah, except she actually meant it this time. Most likely.
It was so weird to me. Like, why? You have. It made sense in my mind. Like, hey, Miles is there. He doesn't know anything about her. Just if he lies to him, like something genuine that seems genuine, you can fuck him up. I thought that was a plan, but nah.
But no, I guess not.
Which makes me wonder, why was it Miles and not Peter? Whatever.
Yeah, I definitely want to play through the story again, or like watch like the cutscenes again, just to try to, because it was a lot. It was a lot to just take in, and I was playing it very rapid fire. So
this is
I feel like some of it didn't digest.
Despite some of that mispotential that I talked about, it is a very fan-serving game.
Yeah, I guess it gives you a lot of the things you want to see.
I'd say fan-serving, like anti-venom. Yeah. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was the other one. That was the other fucking holy shit moment that I had. Like, I told Sebastian this when, like, he pulled out and he was the anti-venom suit, and then they did like the little pause screen where they say, "Hey, this is what the anti-venom suit does." I just left that shit sitting there for like 30 seconds with my mouth fucking agape. Like, I was
not expecting that.
I was not expecting anti-venom at all. I wasn't even expecting Agent Venom. Like, yeah, no, that fucking caught me off guard. And like, that's like a permanent thing. Like, he just has that now. Like, that's just a thing Peter has now. So, yeah, like, if Carnage ever comes into play, or if for whatever reason they want to do Null, Peter's going to be very helpful.
No, I mean, he's gonna get his ass kicked to Peter by Carnage. So that's what.
Oh yeah, by Carnage, yeah, absolutely.
Miles is gonna
Yeah,
have to come
like
in and save him again.
Carnage is like the perfect fucking foil for Peter because he's like everything opposite to Peter. Like that's what makes Carnage so fucking scary as a Spider-Man villain is that he's everything Peter is not.
Yeah, and more terrifying than Venom too. So like,
And way more terrifying than Venom.
But yeah, like I said, Carnage is gonna beat his ass, and then Miles is gonna come in and save Peter's worthless ass again.
Yep.
Which pet peeve, little pet peeve of mine in this game. Peter gets punked out on this game. He gets his ass kicked. And not in the enduring type of way. Like he's like, okay, come the fuck on, Peter. You're a mess. And then Miles has to come in and save him again. Again, MVP Miles with the win, but like, damn, Peter, you suck sometimes. I mean, there's Miles Morales where he saved him from Rhino. There's this game where he saved Peter from getting buried in the sand, and then Peter got electrocuted by the lightning and the sandstorm, and then Miles had to catch him. There's the whole symbiote debacle thingy. There's this thing at the docks where the ship was gonna come up. That was Miles' fault too because he was dealing with Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a symbiote thing. And then there's the final boss where Peter gets his ass kicked by Venom and Miles has to step in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, god damn, Peter. Miles is carrying you. And not once does Peter like save Miles. Other than when he goes after Craven, but then again. That was just him on occasion. Like, oh my god, I'm fucking angry.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't do anything to Miles. Other than torture him, I guess they were torturing him in there.
Yeah, dude definitely got his ass beat by Craven. 100% did.
Yeah, we didn't see it.
No, we didn't see it, but Craven totally gave him one.
I like the line he said, "Oh, now you did it."
Mm-hmm.
After he
now
passes
you
out.
done it, yeah.
Which interesting enough is like Miles is beat to shit there, but like he beats Peter. Like, wow.
Oh, hey, genuine question. Where the fuck did Miles get that Oscorp tank?
Yes, I was gonna say, where did he get that?
Where did he get that?
Where'd he get that?
Where did he get that? Because he just pulls it out, and I'm like,
yeah, I was gonna say,
pardon?
how are you gonna contain this? I was gonna say, like, how are you gonna contain this? Oh, what?
I was like, where did you get that? I was like, I didn't know you just had that up your ass, Miles, but okay.
Yeah, and then Peter's like, I'm gonna put it in my bag. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And I like how Miles is like, are you sure you want to like carry that around? And he's like, yep. Web it to my back.
Hey, where were you carrying it, Miles? Nowhere. That was
Only to the sun, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Miles doing weird shit, what the fucking suit, man?
Yeah, when he pulled up on that suit, I was like,
God,
I don't fucking hate it. I don't think it's like horrible, but I was like looking, and I was like, that's a look.
it's upsetting a little bit, like
Yeah.
especially the exposed part of his hair.
Yeah, he
Like,
can get very easily identified.
Could you imagine his teacher? Hey, you know, Miles, you have the same hair as Spider-Man. You know what? You kind of sound like him too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's literally the. That's crazy, huh? How about that?
That's crazy. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Yeah, it's literally that fucking moment. Yeah.
Also, the shoes. I hate those shoes. You're gonna get them dirty, bro.
I love the shoes. The patented, the directly in your face Adidas branded shoes.
Adidas. Man, I wonder who else fucking wears Adidas with the same fucking hairstyle and it sounds like Miles.
I actually do fuck with those shoes. I'm gonna be honest. I do fuck with the shoes.
I like the shoes better.
I like the shoes.
I like shoes better in the Bodega Cat. He has the shoes.
Yeah.
Like it.
And then he's got
His kicks. Like he's.
Yeah, he's got the J's on. Yeah, as well.
Bro. But yeah, I wasn't happy with that suit. That's like the end game suit for him. Like, oh my god, what
Yeah.
is she? Like, especially like next to Peter's.
Yeah, and what's
anti-venom suit.
even funnier is that they force you to wear that in the final hours of the game. You have to wear it.
God.
Yeah.
At least Peter's suit was cool. His anti-venom suit.
Yeah, the anti-venom suit looked fucking rad as shit.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes anti-venom though, like the actual one.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, just means that Eddie Brock can't be. Or no, was Eddie Brock anti-venom, or was that Flash Thompson?
It was him. Yeah, the idea was that he had cancer, and he all.
Yeah. No, Flash Thompson was Agent Venom.
Yeah,
Remembering it.
Yeah, we haven't seen Flash either. That's crazy.
They do mention Flash.
No, yeah, he's around. We just haven't seen him.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
we
saying.
haven't seen him. Yeah. Apparently, even
Maybe they'll
Peter
say
made
it.
good with Flash.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think in most cases, Peter and Flash are good as adults. They're good buddies. Like I was reading what's it called? Big Time, Spider-Man Big Time. Peter, I like the comic a lot because Peter gets kicked out of his apartment. Didn't pay the rent. And he's looking for a place to stay, and then one of the places he visits is Flash Thompson, his apartment. And I was like, Peter, you gotta get your shit together, bro. I can't. So yeah, it's kind of strange, like seeing Flash as the responsible guy telling Peter, "Get your shit together, man." This is crazy. Flash, of all people, a Flash who's also like crippled, because crippled. He's missing his legs. He's on a wheelchair now, living with his girlfriend. Yeah, that was cool. I think Flash is a veteran in this game, and like in the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they mentioned that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting enough.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. What a crappy suit for Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course they changed it. Damn right they changed that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? It doesn't. It can be good if you like cover his top half, like the hair exposed.
I said this while I was playing. I was like, man, that he has a hoodie on that suit.
It's a hoodie. Sir.
Wear the hoodie. Like it would look so much better with the hoodie.
It looks much better. Also, the blue is like I hate the blue too. Like take that, like change it to something else.
I actually didn't hate the blue. I just didn't like that it was like animated. It was like it looked like it was like alive. Like it was animated.
Yeah, I guess it's also weird to see it because we're used to the classic Miles Morales suit.
That's true. He hasn't had a whole lot of like color changes. He's mostly stuck to like the black and red.
And hey, that suit is awesome. So like,
it is a great suit.
Why change it? At least modify it a little bit, make it different, but just not don't.
Yeah, do something weird with it, like, but not that weird.
Not that weird.
It's like, oh fuck, go back.
And it's not even like useful, like the armor spider in Spider-Man PS4, like the ending suit.
Oh, the anti-ox suit.
Yeah, it's not even useful, like for like the situation. Yeah. It's just I want it to look cool.
Yeah.
And Peter's suit in Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2 is useful. It's the anti-venom suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a strange final act.
Yeah.
This whole section with the web of shadows.
Yeah, it all happens very fast.
Yeah.
Like they do it all in one go. They were like, all right, we don't know if we can do this any more than this one other game. All right, let's just put all our eggs into the one basket.
Yeah, they didn't even commit as hard as they did in Web of Shadows. Web of Shadows, like the city was evacuated. Like there was no one there, bro. Like and it was in ruins. Cars on fire, shield agents, camping agents and cops going around trying to contain the situation. Nothing like that. It's kind of lame in comparison. I can't believe this game did Web of Shadows was in Web of Shadows. Could you?
Yeah. I don't know. Man, this is one hell of a game.
Yeah. Very much a game that I was looking forward to. The way it was agonizing.
Yeah.
It was killing me.
Yeah. I do hope that New Game Plus mode comes out soon because I
Yeah,
want to play it again. I want to play it again on Ultimate.
I'm really tired of these games not having the Game Plus upon release.
Yeah.
But Ragnarok had this shit. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
But yeah, the first game didn't even have it, and like immediately afterwards.
Yeah, Miles Morales had it though on launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't have it now. Like, why?
Yeah, I know.
Stop
I know,
it.
man. I know.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
RE4, by the way, that game has New Game Plus Game of the Year. Oh, hey, it's just. Oh, okay. It's just that. Do you like this more than the first game?
No.
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 Do you think it's better than the first game?
No.
Is this your Game of the Year?
Yes, no, yes, no. Because I'm gonna have to think more about Hi-Fi Rush, and I'm gonna buy Mario Wonder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy Mario Wonder because the more I hear about the game, the more I want it.
It's fantastic so far.
Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna get Mario Wonder. Sorry, 1 second. For audio listeners, I apologize. What you hear in my background is my heater, and it's very old. It's a radiator, so I apologize if you can hear that in the background. Anyway, you were saying, Ernest?
Yeah, this is not my Game of the Year. I don't think it was ever going to be my Game of the Year, despite my hype towards it. I think RE4's got the spot filled up.
You're fucking 100 plus hours of RE4 remake, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think this game might be. I don't even think this game is top 5, but I really, really, really like this game.
Yeah, I haven't played many games this year, so it
like
yeah.
Even with my complaints aside, from beginning to end, this is what I would call a. This is the best Spider-Man game, probably. Probably, like the debate between this game and the first game is like.
I think what's going to come down to it is the first game has a better story.
Yes.
But this game has better gameplay.
Yeah.
And better open world content overall.
Yeah, it's like I said, 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. You said 2 steps back, so I was like in the same thing.
Yeah, I also said 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's like they barely moved.
So it's in the same plane of existence. I think they moved, just not enough. I think they made some mistakes along the way.
They took the pawn one step forward.
Yeah, I think it fucking like took 3 steps forward and then it fucking tripped and I had to go back a little bit.
Like, oh shit, I have to tie my shoes. Oh fuck.
Oh shit, damn it.
Yeah.
I forgot my clothes.
Yeah. I think there's plenty of room to grow from here.
For sure, and I think Spider-Man 3 might just be that game that makes it okay, we peaked, we did it.
Because like you look at this game and it's like they clearly learned. From the like whatever they did in the last game. They just need to continue to streamline it. And that's what they're doing. That's what they did well in this one. And I think if they continue to streamline it even more, they'll perfect it.
Yeah. I even enjoyed the puzzles. The little puzzles in this game.
The puzzles were actually pretty good. I actually like the puzzles a lot. Yeah,
they were fun. Like just like popping those things. Like, oh, that was fun. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, simple. The puzzle in the Brooklyn Vision side quest where you have to align the mirrors to the lines.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I actually like that.
That was a cool in-game puzzle.
I was in there I was like, oh wow, this is actually a really unique puzzle. Actually, I actually like this.
I agree.
Yeah.
Don't understand how these fucking kids made that shit, but alright.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Yeah.
But yeah, there are improvements here. I think they doubled down on some of their worst habits from the first game.
Yeah. Sure did.
Sure did. It's kind of like Ragnarok. Like they doubled down on some of the worst parts of the first game. But
but Ragnarok is still like a fucking like chef's kiss of a video game.
Oh yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, like Ragnarok, it's a fucking shits on this game.
Yeah.
Like mentioning Ragnarok, like oh my god, Ragnarok is still like the best game that like on the PS5 right now.
Yeah.
Probably.
And
the PS4. But yeah, they do double down on some stuff from the first game here, which is unfortunate. And I feel like they will double down more in the third game.
Yeah,
But
that's another thing. Is like how much will they double down? Like how hard will they go?
but with that, like, oh man, please, we don't need Mary Jane missions anymore. We don't need them. It's fine. It's over. You can get for a minigun next game. I don't think people will be that receptive to it still.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I think if they're gonna go forward and they want to do like these like like not pace breakers, but like variety like missions, you know, to try to spice it up a little bit, change things up.
Yeah, I am okay with, like, especially after the Sandman like opening, I am okay with going down a little bit.
Yeah.
But why the fuck do I have to throw out the trash in my house
Yeah.
in the Spider-Man game?
Yeah.
What do you make me do that?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it was like, it was funny. It's like, this is what you're making me do in a Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, I guess. Yeah, sure. And
But it's
oh
okay.
god, that section went on for so long, man. The thing went on for so long, like going from the house and then to the bicycle ride into Midtown High,
Oh yeah.
and then that flashback. That was, Jesus Christ. That was like almost 20 minutes.
I didn't mind that sequence. I liked it.
I liked it. It was just really long.
Yeah.
It's like I mentioned, shit like that is like what they double down on, and it
Yeah.
makes me kind of understand what people call it a movie game
Yeah.
at times, because shit like that.
Yeah.
And I don't like that for God of War Ragnarok, because don't like I want to say for that game, because like, are you upset because you're riding a boat? Is that it?
Yeah.
Or because there's flashbacks?
I don't know.
But yeah, but you're not picking out the trash. Your house riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, which like I said, I'm sure they will double down on those stuff, because that is how they want to tell the story.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I guess. But with that, I hope they compensate on other matters like gameplay, web swinging.
Yeah.
If they
And
can make
you
the
can
web swinging better
you can-
somehow.
Yeah, and you can tell they absolutely put a lot more focus onto like expanding the gameplay in the open world.
Oh yeah, like Jesus Christ! If this game is this big, like with the open world being expanded to like other side of New York, like imagine everything. Imagine the third game.
Yeah, imagine the third game they go to upstate New York.
Jesus.
Imagine that shit. Yeah.
With 3 spider people.
Oof.
Also, we didn't mention it. 'Cause this game just fucking made a Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it sure did. It sure did.
Sure fucking did.
Just said, oh yeah, Insomniac Spider-Man did appear in the movie. How do we rationalize that?
I don't
Cool.
think they did a good
Have
job.
Have Spider-Man 2 take place before Across the Spider-Verse, I guess?
Yes. I was gonna say they didn't do a good job unless they have it take place before Spider-Verse Across.
It has to,
you know?
considering he doesn't know who Miguel is.
Yeah. Which
So-
I think it would have been a good case of being a exclusive thing with Miles, where it's like, who's Miguel? Because he wouldn't know. So,
Well, neither would Peter.
well, yeah.
If it
That's-
takes
that's
place
why-
before Across
Yeah,
the
he
Spider-Verse,
wouldn't know.
which it clearly does because he doesn't know who Miguel is,
Yeah.
then there you go. And like, based on the fact that he doesn't fucking understand what he's looking at, and then like hearing the name Miguel and he goes, "Who's Miguel?" Like, yeah, it takes place before Across the Spider-Verse. Yep. But yeah. Ugh.
And they didn't even think to explain it. Just here it is. Hey,
Yeah.
spiders. Hey.
I said, "Here you go. This is for the Spider-Verse people."
Hey, I'm a Spider-Verse person. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is weird.
It sure is.
Also, my spider bots. No.
Yeah, I didn't really love doing the the Spider-Bots. I didn't hate doing it. I also was very annoyed when I found out that the upgrade you get to see the chests on the map also applies to the Spider-Bots. And I did all of the Spider-Bots before I unlocked that skill.
I did enjoy finding them.
Yeah, I did not particularly
before
love
the
doing
chest
it.
came out.
Yeah.
Also, I hated how some of them were like up in the sky, like, well, you piece of shit. I have to like run around.
Oh, I just web slingshotted. Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't super difficult. Just took a little
Just some
maneuvering.
just some more busy work,
Yeah. Busy work. Yeah. Yeah, man. Holy shit. What a game.
What a game.
What a game. But it makes me very happy. This game made me very happy and overall satisfied.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as good of a game as the first one. Yeah. What would you rate it?
I think I'm at a 8 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Same. 8 out of 10. Yeah. I was at an 8.5, but thinking more about like certain gameplay elements. I'm just because at first it was an 8.5 because I thought the story wasn't as good as the first game. But then thinking more about the gameplay stuff, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do have some like gripes with the gameplay, and so I was like, okay, it's an 8.
I think I give the first game an 8.5 out of 10.
I'd give the first game like a 9.
Yeah.
And then Miles Morales Miles Morales would be like a
Miles Morales.
yeah. Miles Morales would also be like an 8 or 7.5.
I'm at a 7 with that game. Yeah. Also, 9 is masterpiece, man.
Not to me.
But
10
Right.
is a masterpiece for me.
oh sure.
Yeah. But 9 is like, oh, chef's kiss. Yeah. That's where I'm at with this game. Very excited to play it again when they add New Game Plus because I am not.
You can play it now.
No, I'm not. I do not want to have to deal with fucking ultimate difficulty going through that progression again. That might actually be hell.
I mean, to make it challenging.
Yeah. Plus, I just want to try New Game Plus. I want to try
Pretty
it.
much same.
Yeah.
And, but just to see how much harder it is.
Yeah. Let's see. It's like
Also,
how much harder is it versus like is it just my abilities?
Yeah, I'll be honest though. The rating could go down, like to a 7.5.
I'm sure you'll eventually you'll eventually nerf it down to a 7.5.
For all I know, and like Spider-Man 1, even that game goes down to a lot. That game was a 10 whenever I played it because I love it so much. But
yeah.
Very, very much enjoyed this game a lot. I'm glad it came out, and I'm glad I played it. I'm not happy that I no lifed it, but here I am.
Yeah, you're not happy that you did everything you possibly could have in a couple days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I platinumed this in like less than 48 hours.
Yeah, this is the quickest I've ever gotten through a AAA game.
Yeah, same. It was. I finished it and I was like, oh god, it's done.
Which honestly, fuck it. I hope that's not indicative of the third game at this point. I hope that's not indicative of the third game.
Yeah.
Like
I do think the platinum was very easy to get, but I feel like that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Cause I don't like when like trophy lists are like fucking go out of your way to make the game unfun to play.
Well, make it like God of War Ragnarok. I didn't plan on it. I couldn't. The fucking game glitched out on me, so I can't do it. I literally can't, unless I start a new game on PS5. But make it like that. It's possible. You can do it. It's not easy. It's not hard, but you can do it.
Yeah.
This is Spider-Man Platinums are the definition of like the easiest thing you ever do for like achievements in games.
Yeah. But it also
Well,
does it
that's true.
really well, where it's constantly rewarding you through just playing it. Like,
Thankfully.
yeah.
But the thing happened really early. What the thing happened was like, oh, Spider-Man. I beat Spider-Man 2. What now?
Mm-hmm.
Did everything. What now?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Yeah, it's that hollow feeling after you're done. It's like, oh, it's over. What do I do?
What do I do now?
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
honestly a good feeling.
I don't feel like that were RE4, because as you can tell,
Well, RE4 has the ability, has like 6-7 difficulties, new game plus DLC,
Mercenaries.
mercenaries mode. Like Spider-Man doesn't have any of that.
It's much more built around replayability.
Yeah.
Replayability.
Yeah, where Spider-Man is not.
No. Not this game. Hell no.
No.
No, not at all. I think it might be more. I think it might be worse than Ragnarok in real playability, but I'll see. I'll see soon enough when I play New Game Plus, and I'll decide if I want to never touch it again to replay it again, or do it again maybe.
Yeah.
Because those sections walking around are really long, and they might be more agonizing as I play more. When I want to like get to the good stuff, like the boss battles.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Ugh. Yeah. As of time of recording, it is 4 a.m. for us.
Yes. Oh my
So
god.
we might need to get out of here.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was our review for Spider-Man 2. We will. So, in terms of like the future, this was really the only thing we really planned for a while. We are, I guess we can say we are planning a video about the games we've played this year, as well as the TV shows we've played this year.
I haven't played any TV shows this year.
I said play, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to catch up on that.
It's 4 a.m., dog. My brain is mush. But yeah, the TV shows we've watched this year. But otherwise, yeah, I don't really think we have too much planned until the end of the year, where we do the roundup, and the best and worst of. I do think I'll talk to you later about this. I'll keep that on the download, but I do think I want to do things a little different for the end of the year stuff. But I think we'll talk about that as we get closer to the end of the year.
Not tonight. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much all. Thank you guys for watching, and
Thank you.
bye-bye. Bye-bye.